Are we live? What it do, comic book gurus? It's your boy, it's Razor Comics, and we are chilling on a Sunday afternoon. That's right. Just chilling in the park, waiting for the sun to go down. Just me and Shy Roads and Razor Comics and the homies, all the other brownies, kicking back, watching football and talking about comic books. What to do? We got some people already in the chat. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see what's going on. We got Dismay. What up? Dismay Comics, DC in the building. S Von 82. This is going to be something new that I'm trying out, guys, for the first time. Let me get the introduction out the way. What we're doing is it's football. It's church. So anybody in the comic book community is invited. This is going to be the one day a week where all beef, all roast, all that shit's put to the side. Everybody's welcome. You're more than happy to come by, stop by. The link is in the chat. At least I think it is. I think I dropped it in there. Did I not drop it in there? Let's see. The link is in the chat. I dropped it a couple times. Anybody's welcome to join. This is going to be a Sunday thing. We're going to call it church. Football is church to me. I love football. I love comic books. There's two things that I love and enjoy doing. So I figured that I invite the community to come and hang out with me. I got my stack of books. Basically, all I'm doing is sorting comic books. I got a short box here that I'm going to put up for sale. So all I'm doing is kicking back, guys. I'm going to go through the ticker. We're going to talk about some football. Throw your favorite team in the chat. Let me know who you represent. Raiders. It's about to get started right now. I'm going to pull the game up. I'm going to follow the game. I'm going to watch it. You guys can't. Well, I'm going to scroll through the ticker real quick, guys. Let's see. We got a couple games that are finishing up right now. Atlanta's up 26-24 against the Saints. We got Cincinnati at Carolina. The Bengals are up 31-24. That game's got 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got Minnesota at Green Bay. Minnesota is up 31-22, 4 minutes and 31 seconds left. We got Jacksonville and Houston. Jacksonville's up 20-17, but looks like Houston has the ball. They're about to possibly score. It's a minute and 4 seconds left there. We got Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. It looks like that game's got a minute left. It's 24-27, so that's a close game. Man, Indianapolis, that's my guy, Anthony Richardson. He went down. That's my damn fantasy quarterback, so not looking too good for your boy Razor. And then we have Denver and New Jersey Jets. The Broncos at the Jets, 10-9. That game is ugly. That's a horrible 60-degree, just rain shitstorm out there. We have Washington, Arizona. It's about to start here in a minute, but those are our morning games. Let's see. Let me get back to the chat here, guys. Beckerman, Raiders. Uh-oh, we got some Chiefs action. This May says that he's in the South, where we're mostly just focused on college football. All right. I feel you, bro. I don't know shit about college football, to be honest with you. Who else we got? Who else is here? Luis Mendoza, Niners, homie. I got that Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. So, guys, that's what we're doing, man. I'm going to go ahead. Give me a second. I got to make sure my shit's muted. I got to put my game on because, you know, your boy is Raiders. So I'm going to put my shit on. I just got to make sure it's muted. So give me a sec. I don't want to get busted here. Yeah, my shit's muted. So give me one moment. I want to get my shit situated. My Raiders are about to start right now against the Browns at 125. So I got some time. Okay, perfect. I'm going to get that up. Get the rest of the tickers of the scores going. So give me a moment here, guys, while I get situated. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Beckerman, taking my mom to her first NFL game this year. Chiefs versus Raiders, day after Thanksgiving. Holy shit. That's going to be the game, bro. That stadium in Vegas is lit, man. They got a fucking DJ booth in the end zone. That shit's fucking nuts, homie. I got a couple of screens going on, guys. I got the TV. What I'm trying to do is use the TV so I can follow the chat. It's a little easier that way. So let me see. Give me 1 second. Doesn't look like I can. All right, that's okay. I have to follow it this way. Not a big deal. What I'm going to do is, give me 1 sec, guys. I got to make sure I don't break any type of copyrights, any type of shit to get my stream shut down. See what else we got going on in the chat. Dismay, Beckerman, everybody else. Cool. Yeah, guys. So all we're doing is just trying to invite the comic book community in. You know, we're going to hang out, just talk football. You guys can drop your team in the chat, whatever you want to talk about. Anybody's welcome to pop into the studio and hang out. That's cool. Anybody wants to promote their shit, hang out. Uh, no beef, no roast. Anybody in the community, I'm talking about anybody, can stop by and talk football, talk comic books. It's that one day of the week where we're just calling truce, man. We're just piecing it out. You know, just time out. It's that one day where we all come together because we all love comic books. That's the one thing that brings this community together is comic books, right? We all gather around comic books. No matter what our differences are, even if you're a shitty Chiefs fan like Beckerman, we all we we all love comic books. We all can at least agree on that much. So it's fun to sit here and talk shit about the Chiefs because they are the Queefs. Fuck those Chiefs, Beckerman. And I invite you guys to come on here, talk shit. Yeah, fuck your Chiefs. Fuck the Niners. It's the Raiders, baby. This is how we doing today. Got the Bo Jackson set up. Got my books I got to flip through. Gonna sell a short box, and we're gonna get it started, guys. So let's see if we got any more updates on the games right quick. Any more updates on these games? And refresh the ticker and see what's popping. Minute 15 left. It looks like Carolina is losing to the Bengals 31-24. The Vikings 31-22. Man, they might fuck up I need the Vikings. I think the point spread was I forget what it was, but I got the Vikings and I need them to hold so they don't fuck up my parlay, man. Anybody got any parlays going on? Jacksonville is losing to Houston. So at home, Houston is winning 24-20. You got the Broncos and the Jets 10-9 with a minute 27 left. So these games are coming down to the last minute. Basically, these last four games here that we got going on in the morning, last four games that we got going on here, guys, it's all either a field goal or a touchdown. So we're going to see some upsets here. We're going to see some people cry. We're going to see some parlays broken. We're going to see some fantasy football stats. Speaking of fantasy football, check this shit out, man. Luckily, I made a move, guys. I had Anthony Richardson. He's my quarterback, right? But he's been shitting the bed the last couple games, man. So I had to switch it up, and I went with my backup quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Not bad, but it's fucking raining in Denver right now, or in fucking New Jersey. I benched Anthony Richardson, right, and started friggin' Aaron Rodgers, which he's not doing all that great because of the rain. But I was watching the damn Colt game, and friggin' Anthony Richardson got hurt. He got a hip pointer. Right now, Aaron Rodgers is only giving me 11.44 points, and I am losing by 62 points. It's currently 50.44 for Darth Radar, which is my team, to 62.50. So I'm losing by 12 points, man. I'm getting my ass just handed to me today. It's embarrassing. I lost the last two games in a row. Fuck, man. I can't move. I can't make any right moves. All of a sudden it rained. I didn't know it was going to rain today in New Jersey. Nobody gave me that forecast this morning. I set my damn lineup, and here we go. So the shit that's going on right now. Shit, let's see. It's 20-24. Looks like Jacksonville. Let's take a look at that one real quick and see what's going on in Jacksonville. Saints, Bengals, Panthers, Jacksonville. All right. So it looks like what happened to the Jacksonville game? Trying to get an update here, guys. Hang on. Got 24-20. Okay, so it looks like that game ended. So we got the damn 9-10 Jets. Wow, that game's horrible. There's a lot of shit going on. That's really that there wasn't that many games that were great this morning, to be honest with you. Man, okay. So just getting caught up on all the games, guys. Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. That's just an ass whooping, man. 24-7 right now. Wow. I had Philly. So that busted up my parlay right there. That's shitty. Man, you never know. And then Tampa Bay, man, with Baker Mayfield, it's like, I don't know if I should put money on those guys or not, man. If they're going to cover, I'm so up and down with Baker Mayfield. One day I'm like sold on him, the next day I'm not. Just fucking, it's rough. My fantasy team, man. I need a quarterback, guys. I got Aaron Rodgers and I got Anthony Richardson, and Anthony Richardson looks like he's going to be hurt with the hip pointer. Holy shit, man! Anybody got anybody? Who's your guys' quarterback? Because my quarterback is the word. God, I thought Anthony Richardson was going to pay out this year, man. I thought he for sure was going to fucking pay out. He ain't doing shit. You guys watching this damn shitty ass Jets game and Broncos? This is horrible, man. Here goes the field goal. It's up. No good. God damn it, man. I didn't win shit this week. I could have hit none of my parlays. The damn Jets. Oh man, at home against the Broncos. They can't even beat the Broncos at home. God, I got 11 points off Aaron Rodgers on my fantasy league, man. This is horrible, guys. This is not fun, man. What's up, Lisa? How's it going? Like I said, flip through these get some books done. I'm trying to get finish up these scores before my Raider game starts. Just watching the Jets getting their ass just heartbreak right now. Damn, that was an ugly game. All right, we can close that game out. That game's done, man. They're taking a knee. Let's see what else we got going on. All right, so now everything's about to start. Got the Raider game about to start. Okay, guys. We got Lisa Noble in the house. What's up, Lisa? I'm just gonna go ahead and get some of these books put away, guys. I gotta sort through these books, man, for my actual short box that I'm selling. So let's see, Verminator 2. Think I'm gonna sell that. I don't think I need Verminator 2. So we'll sell that bad boy. Choose Secret Agent Boyo. This is a cool book, man. The artwork is pretty cool in here, but yeah, I'm trying to put a short box for sale. And what I do is I'll put it on Facebook for I usually put them on Facebook for $100. Yeah, happy Sunday, guys. And I'll stack them with just what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to here's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get rid of most of my modern collection. I'm trying to downsize my modern collection, but it's so hard because I like to cover buy. I don't know if you guys let me know in the chat how you guys collect modern. And what I mean by that is how I collect modern is when it comes to modern comic books now, I'm trying to just collect what I'm reading, and I'm trying to stop doing all the fucking cover buys because I love covers, man. I love fucking buying sick covers, bro. But it's getting to the point where I have so many fucking short boxes, guys. I literally sold about 30% of my collection this week. I got rid of 3 short boxes, 6 slabs, a crate full of comic books, all modern shit, man. Sick covers. This guy came that I deal with, the Facebook Marketplace, and he's like one of the guys that I mainly sell to. I don't like to sell to too many people. So before I post on Facebook Marketplace, like before I put this short box up, I'll take a video of it, right? And then I'll send it to him. and then I'll let him know, hey man, here's the short box. And this guy, he'll come and he soups my shit up every time. Like he literally wants to buy my whole collection. I'm like, I can't sell you my whole collection, bro. So I'll shoot him the video. He'll come by and pick it up. This last time he came by and he pretty much picked up everything, man. I sold him those 3 short boxes, a crate, like those 8 crates or whatever, filled with comic books, 6 slabs, and I got 4 bills. So $400, not bad. And I just reinvested. I'm trying to buy some more Silver Age. I'm trying to actually get more older books. So that's the goal, to try to, like, the next unboxing I'm going to do is going to be more older books. I'm actually going to have some keys that I'm trying to obtain. Check this out. I got this idea from watching the Comic Vet video, where he does his, his new comic book day stuff. And one of the guys on there on that the live stream where they show off all their books, he had this idea where he's trying to get all the keys for his birth year, for the month and the year that he was born. And I thought that was such a cool idea. So that's what I'm working on. I pulled up my year and month. So it's January 1979. Fuck, that's a big scroll. You know what I mean? When you're putting in your month, date, and birth, try to register your information and shit, and you got to scroll. You guys know that scroll. I got to keep fucking. Hold on, man. Hold on. I got to keep scrolling, bro. Fucking. There's 79. There it is. And then you got to fucking go back up because you skip over it. Up. Hang on. Fuck it. Got to put my glasses on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, right. So fucking January 79. So there's a lot of keys that came out. One of them is the first appearance of Ant-Man. What's his name? Scott Lang as Ant-Man. So that book I got coming on the way. I'm gonna do it as part of my unboxing, so I can't wait. And that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to pretty much pick up those books that came out, like pretty much the keys and the cool books during the month and year that I was born. And I thought that was such a cool idea. Just something different, because you get so bored of collecting the same shit or trying to find something new to collect. I thought that was just such a cool idea. Like, here's books from the month and the year that I was born. And there's some pretty cool shit in there, from 79, believe it or not. And that was one of them. So I can't wait to get that in the mail. And that's one of the things I'm doing now is I'm going through this list. I forgot the name of the website. I got to pull it up. But there's a website you can go to and you can put in your month and your year. And it'll literally list all the books that were, that came out, that actually were published or came out that month. Pretty cool. So that's what I'm doing. Is I'm going to basically downsize my modern collection. And I'm going more with Silver Age because I can pick up Silver Age books for pretty cheap, guys. So I don't know if anybody collects that way, like far as modern collecting, but that's what I'm doing. I'm only collecting like runs now, like the mini series, like stuff that I can actually fill, like shit like this, man. Let me show you. This is what I mean. Like books like this, the Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, where I can pick up a whole series of them, all 6 of them, real cool books. You know what I mean? And then I can read all of them. And these are really cool, man. I don't know if you guys ever read these books right here, the Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. But this is some dope shit right here, guys. One of my favorite series. I think it's probably the best series of the year. If you haven't read it, you really need to check it out. This is really dope, man. This cover right here is sick. The number 6 cover. So if you guys haven't checked that series out, so that's what I'm doing, man. As far as my collecting, I'm trying to pick up just books now instead of all these random cover buys that I can actually read, right? So like, for instance, like this Dark Ride shit. I don't know if you guys read Dark Ride, but that whole complete series. So that's it, man. That's basically how your boy's collecting is shit that I want to read because I don't want to collect. The only runs that I'm collecting, as far as runs, are going to be Batman and Spider-Man. Like the basic shit, right? As far as long term and having short boxes full of shit, because that shit builds up. So I want to collect, of course, the Batman and the Amazing Spider-Man. But all the other modern stuff, all I'm doing now is I'm just collecting the series. You know, the six issue series, the 12 issue series, those little series, mini series, or whatever you call them, where I can actually just read them and then stash them away. And then when I do these sales like this, if I want, I can put like a quarter of the short box or half of the short box with series, and people love to pick that shit up, man. When they flip through my short box, especially this guy who I sell to, he loves the way I collect because he likes to pick up shit to read. So when I have a complete, half a short box of series and then another half a short box full of dope covers, that shit sells quick, man. So that dude came by, dropped 4 bills, bought all that shit up, and it allows me to now, buy more Silver Age stuff and bigger keys and start condensing this big ass collection of modern books I have. Because I just have way too many modern books, guys. Like I pick up shit like this, man. This Chew, this type of shit right here. Like this shit right here, guys. Like Lisa, I think, yeah, me too, Lisa. I like the miniseries. I get bored. I'm the same way. So, like, I mean, this shit is cool, man. Like, I love these type of cover art, and I'll pick it up, right, and I'll read it. Um, but because it's not a full series, like, what am I gonna do with this, guys? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, this is dope shit right here, but I don't want to just sit in my collection forever. I'd rather sell it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just basically just sorting all through these books and keeping, the best ones. And shit like this, I'm gonna put away and just sell because I really don't need it anymore. And I get caught up in buying these books, man. Like I'll get caught up. And like E-Man, I don't know if this is even worth anything. What is this anything worth? Does anybody know first E-Man? If that should I keep that, guys? Anybody in the chat, let me know. I don't know if that's something I should actually put to the side or not. Put a little closer. First E-Man, it says. Pull my glasses out. Says number 23. No, it's First Comics. It's issue number 23 of E-Man. Excuse me. Now that I got I mean, it's a cool cover, but I mean, shit like this, Lisa says no, right? Yep. So we'll sell that. Selling that. Selling that. The Verminator's being sold. So I'll make that little pile down there. That's being sold. All right. And I know we're getting rid of the Chew. The Chew's being sold. What about Top Dog? Top Dog number 3, guys. Sell it. Comic Vet. Guys think I should hold on to Top Dog? I think I should probably sell this too. This is nothing, right? Top Dog number 3. I don't even know how many there's in the series. What up, my guy? How you doing, man? The link is in the chat. Anybody's welcome to come and hang out. All I'm doing is flipping through my fat stack of comic books. I have sell it. What we're doing is I'm trying to sort through my modern books. I have way too many comic books, Comic Vet, and I am trying to basically decrease or consolidate my modern collection. So what I do is I sell on Facebook mainly to about 2 people. I'll shoot a video of a short box, and before I post it on Facebook to sell, I'll send it to this guy or 2 that I know. One guy in particular who buys all my shit no matter what, and then yeah, he'll come pick it up. So for instance, I just got rid of about 30% of my modern comic books, and I sold about 3 short boxes, a crate full of comic books, 6 slabs, and some other shit, basically. And then the guy dropped, $400, gave me 4 bills on it. We made a deal. And yeah, he's somebody that I can always go to if I want to get rid of my comic books because he collects the way I do to read. So that's all I'm doing is I'm getting rid of a lot of books, and then I'm taking that money and I'm going to buy Silver Age keys. And for instance, like I was saying earlier in the chat, just a really quick recap, I'm trying to books that, what up, Comics Embrace? Books that came out during the month that I was born, the year and month that I was born. So, that I see that on your channel. I forgot what the guy's name, man. Maybe you can let me know, but he dropped the name of the actual website too, and I have it bookmarked. I don't know where it's at, but that's the website that I was using. And it was really cool idea. I forgot the guy's name. He was on your show where he's collecting, for me, for instance, January 1979. I go into the website, I plug it in, it shows me a list of all these cool books that came out during that year. So that's one of the things I want to do. And I found out that one of the books that came out was the first appearance of Scott Lang as Ant-Man. So that's one book that I already have on the way, thanks to consolidating my collection and get rid of a lot of this modern shit. But what I'm doing is I'm collecting all the miniseries. So that way I can read those, right? The 6 issues, the 12 issues. I want to read those. Shit like this, I can sell. I want to make sure I have cool short boxes, but I also don't want to pack it with something that I'm missing that might be worth more than a couple dollars. So that's why I have you guys here, the comic book gurus, because I don't know shit about comic books. So if you guys see something in the chat, let me know. If you guys want to jump in, jump in. Guys, this is a safe spot. Sundays is going to be the day that we do church around here, meaning football and comic book talk. Anybody could jump in. Doesn't matter what the beef is. It doesn't matter what the issues are, guys. We all have one thing in common is we love comic books, no matter what. Football, comic books is family to me. So it's one day, no matter what our differences are, you guys can jump on the show, man. It's safe. We can talk. We can hang out. It's all good. There's not going to be nobody attacking nobody here. If that's the case, then we'll get rid of them. It's going to be a safe zone. It's the one day of the week, guys, that all that drama, all that shit gets put to rest, and we just have fun like this, and we hang out, talk comic books. I'm going to go through the chat because we got some people here, and I want to thank everybody who's hanging out. We got Comic Embrace. The Comic Vet just showed up. Hey, at the Comic Vet. Any comics you regret selling? The 7-5 Hustle Show, my guy. And again, you guys can jump in if you like. You know what, man? That's a good question because when the guy came by, I already had a couple short boxes and stuff situated, but I was doing what I'm doing now. Like I have a whole table right here, and I don't want to show because it's kind of not cleaned up. But I have a whole table of comic books that I stack up, and I have piles of comic books that I sort through. That I'm like what I'm doing now. So he came over and he already saw what I was selling him. And then he saw the shit that I have, and he's like, "Hey, man." Is it cool that can I go through these piles? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I'm not sure which ones I want to sell. Well, I sold them all. I basically only kept a couple piles, which are the ones that I'm reading, like the full series, like for instance, Red Room, all the Oedipus scores. I think there was of course, all my Howard the Duck runs. A lot of the new stuff, like MODOK, I'm looking at right now, Doom Patrol, a lot of the series, like basically just anything that was a full series, I just kept. I was like, hey man, I want to keep those, but everything else, I sold to the guy. I had to load up, and it's like 30% of my modern collection that I sold to him. So that's what I'm taking to reinvest, and I don't really regret selling any of them. But some of those covers in there, like there was a Swamp Thing foil that was an exclusive that I got off Whatnot. There was that Hardly cover that I showed on my unboxing, my live after hour unboxing is a 1 in 10 that I got off Big Ive. So I sold that one. That's a really cool one. I think Lisa saw that one. Lisa could probably attest to that. But yeah, great question, man. Let's see who else we got in here in the chat. Perry says The Mask is a fire book. Yeah, so what do you guys think? It's the number, it says 0 of 4. So I guess it's not the number 1. I think I probably should keep that because at least it's sort of, I'm not saying a key, but I want to hold on to like the number 1s and 0s and shit like that. So I think I'm probably going to hold on to that. I think that's a keeper. We got 90 MFC. Hashtag gates are open. Comic Embrace, love it, my brother. Thank you, bro. Dave Scrappa. Is this the economics and comic stream? Right? Frog Brawler. Good morning. Raiders fan. Raiders. That doesn't make me feel any particular way. Go Ravens, though. Yeah, I got the game on right now, man. It looks like the Browns are moving. Browns are in the actual red zone right now. Got the game on the big screen. Perry Comics. My guy Perry. I see the Xbox controller. What are you playing? No, I'm trying to navigate where I'm watching the live stream and the games at the same time, man. I'm trying to make it, it's kind of hard to do, but that's what I'm doing. That's what the Xbox is for. That was nice. The Sydney cover. Thank you. Yes, it was, man. That big ivy cover was dope. The Hardly covers. He saw that, and I was like, oh shit, I left it out, Lisa. I left it on the table. I had a stack of like sick covers, bro, and it was in there with like some Perillo covers, with some Boss Logic shit, and a lot of that big Ivy stuff that was in there. And I left it on the day. I was like, oh damn. And I think I was like we were at like three something, and I think that was the pile. Once he started flipping through that stack and he saw that Hardly cover, we evened it out on 400. And I was like, all right, fuck man, go ahead, but just go ahead and take it. Because if not, it's just going to sit here in short boxes, man. And I really need to consolidate because I got a lot of cool shit, guys. And the thing is, that's the question, right? What do we do? What do you do with all this? So I'm like, it's starting to build up in my apartment. So I have to make that. And it's like, man, I start flipping through like shit like this I can get rid of. I don't even know why that's in there. So that's definitely going in the freaking for sale pile. But I don't even know why I bought that. But see, it's books like this that I'm trying to just get rid of so that way I can get some other shit. And it's hard. Do you guys find it's hard to let go of comic books? Hey, we got Circumstance, man. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna go through the chat. I don't want to skip anybody, but we'll get to Circumstance. See what's up. Swamp Thing Del Auto. Yes, the Swamp Thing Del Auto. That one I think I have. I put that away in my separate box. Dave Scrappa, when's Comic Tom coming on? And fuck that, I don't even take it over my show. Again, guys, I'm gonna drop the link. This is safe zone for anybody, man. Anybody can drop in, hang out. Circumstances, cancel Perry. Hashtag cancel Perry. With that, close the gates. Right on, Circumstance, man. You're welcome to stop by, brother. Perry Comics, Circumstance. Oh, hang on, my bad. You guys see I'm a rookie at this shit, but I'm better at it than Sticky Goose. So I should have said that. Sorry, it's a safe zone. If Sticky Goose wants to join, he can do too. Circumstance should jump on. Razor likes football. Yeah, man, we're talking football. Go Raiders, baby. Fuck them Chiefs. Fuck Chiefs. Fuck the Niners. Fuck the Broncos. Fuck all you guys. Got Bo Jackson here, baby. You know how we do. But never acknowledge me. I'm acknowledging you right now, man. I got you, bro. What we're doing, you might have missed the beginning of the show, Circumstance. What I'm doing, man, is something different on Sundays, bro. No matter what the differences are, no matter what the issues are, what I'm doing is something different on Sundays, one day a week. We're going to squash all the beef, all the differences. This is a place that we can actually come and hash it out. That we can even talk about it. It's a safe zone. It's QT. Call it QT. One day a week, where anybody in the comic book community can stop by. I'm dropping the link in the stream. Anybody can jump in. We talking football. We talking comic books. But it's the 1 week where we're going to call a truce. It's timeout. Let's all hang out, man. Because one thing that we all have in common is comic books, right? That's what brings this community together. It's the comic books, bro. So I want to take that one day, man. Just one day out, a Sunday, make it a church football, because that's my church. It's football. This is what I do. Is I get up in the morning, guys. You know what I'm saying? I get my coffee going, put on my football, I smoke my bowl, just like I'm doing now, and I sort comic books. And this is, I thought I share with you guys, bring you guys into what I'm doing. Let's go through some scores here in a minute. We'll talk some football. I'll go over that, but I just want you guys to know that this is a safe spot. You are acknowledged, Circumstance. You can hang out, man. We can talk. We can hash it out. There is, we putting that all to the side, one day out of the week, comic book community, timeout. We're going to hang out. It's church. It's football. It's comic books. One thing that we all can agree on. Thumbs that shit up, guys. If you guys like that shit, that's some good shit right there. Lisa says, I sell almost everything. My coffee is probably almost cold, but I want to sip anyways. Believe it or not, it's not that cold. It's not that cold. Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, Lisa, because I need to get rid of a lot of shit, and so I'm doing so. The thing is, that guy was like, man, he wants to buy everything, and I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm scared to show him some of my shit because he's gonna make me an offer I can't refuse. Razor, are you and Synthetic Panels good friends? I want to say good friends. What he did was he hit me up on the Insta, and he's like, hey man, I like your video. Can I use a clip? And it's part of my thing that he does, his videos with his little whatever avatar shit. You know me, bro. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. You don't have to ask me. You fucking talk shit about me all you want. I don't care. So he used his little clip in his video that he made about me, making fun of me, basically just calling me a baby in the comic community, which was whatever. It's cool. It was funny. I liked it. I enjoyed his avatar. I think he's actually a pretty good idea. I've never seen shit like that. I thought that's actually pretty cool. Some people don't like it. I actually like it. And for his thanks, he was like, "Hey, cool, thanks, man." And then later on, he shot me a Instagram video. He's like, "I just want to thank you for allowing me to use your clip. Here's an intro I put together for you, and that's the intro I have now to my videos." He's like, "You can go ahead and use it or not, whatever. I just want to thank you." And that's fucking cool as hell, man, because I can't put together shit like that. Otherwise it'd be me in my kitchen still. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I would have never thought of that. I actually tried to figure out how to do it. I went to YouTube, did the tutorial, and it was like, man, to try to create a intro and then add it to the beginning of your video, you got to, you have to have another software to do that. Where he created it for me, and I didn't have to do it because I couldn't create it. I couldn't figure out how to do it. And so what I do is I use StreamYard, right, to record my videos. I just take that, I put that at the beginning, and then I just, I add me to the stage after that. So it works out, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you guys can. Anybody can jump on, man. I'm just hanging out. You guys leave me up here by myself. That's cool. I'll sit up here and chill all day by myself. I'm cool with that, man. I got plenty. I got a whole short box, guys. No bullshit. I had a short box down here, and I literally just flipped through like 4 books, so we're gonna be here a while. Yeah, and then there's the yeah, you made it, man. There's the link. Anybody could join in. We got Comic Collector. Hey, what up? Perry Comic Circumstance. The drama's over. Comic Tom corrected the timeline. That's a good way of looking at it, man. Comic Tom fucking roasted him. Oh man, I was so proud of him. I bought a subscription box, so we'll open that up next month, guys. I was like, God damn it, Comic Tom, I'm gonna go buy a goddamn subscription box. How much is it? 34 for the 40 for the. I'll do the 40. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do the subscription. I'll do the monthly. We'll do the 1 month to see how it goes. I haven't, you sold me that much. I ain't gonna fucking sign up yearly, motherfucker. We'll do the once a month. Hashtag no safe zone. Oh, that was awesome comic, Perry. Fucking man, that was great. Comics and football. Let's go, Raiders. Sticky is lucky that. My bad. We got Frog Brawler. Sticky is lucky that he had Comic Tom on instead of him. Had I been in Tom's place when Sticky Rage quit, I whipped it off and float off camera like a helicopter. Waving around like a helicopter. He said Petey Pablo on that motherfucker. Yeah, we're gonna get there right now, man. We're gonna get there, brother. We're gonna spark them up here in a moment. I gotta heat up my coffee. My coffee got cold. I want to run through the chats, guys. We got 16 people here. I want to recognize everybody who's here. And again, the link's in the chat. Anybody could jump on, help save my ass, because I would like to get up and heat up my coffee here in a moment. Comic Collector, love football. His team is KC Division. Fuck the Chiefs, bro. Oh. Fucking Frog Brawler's hilarious, bro. 90 MFC's fucking dying. Dave Scrappa. Y todo chingado, Dave Scrappa. ¿Qué pasó, compa? You can't buy exposure like that. No, you can't, brother. Comics Embrace is laughing his ass off. We got GT Comics. Somebody needs to jump in this motherfucking stream and help your boy out so I can go in and heat up my coffee. That would be great. I would love somebody to do that for me. You guys can promote the shit out of yourselves. I don't give a fuck. There is the goddamn link again. All right, so let me hit my bowl. I'm going to finish up my bong here right quick. Warlord of Mars, guys. That's a dope-ass cover. That's the only reason why I got it. She's coming out of an egg. I don't know. I don't think it's Adam Hughes, but I know it's a dope cover. So I know Lisa's way better at covers than I am. She's the comic book guru. I'm just a young, handsome Padawan. You guys are the old masters of the shit, the old crusty. So you guys let me know. Lisa is a beautiful master Jedi, and she knows way more than I do. So Lisa, if you're still here, let me know what you think about that cover there, if I should keep it or what. But I would appreciate somebody come jump on and fucking save my ass. I could get up, heat my coffee up. Warlord of Mars. It looks like it's number 24. I don't know who did this cover. You guys let me know. I'm almost, I want to hold on to it, but here's the thing. I don't think anybody important has did this cover. I know it's a John Carter book. I'm not going to read the fucking book. So Lisa says, let's keep it. Oh, we got GT Keep giving me the thumbs up as well. We got Lisa saying keep her. All right. All right. So the Mask and Warlord of Mars is a keeper. This shit, I have no idea. I just like these kind of cool independent books, but obviously we're not going to keep that. Unless somebody knows something cool about it, which I doubt. And we're not going to keep Dragon Line. That's going away. I mean, it's some dope independent shit. But like this shit right here, I mean, this is a pretty cool cover. I don't know who did this, but we got a sexy girl cover. We got 3 sexy girls on the cover. Check this one out, guys. This is Connie Waves Demon Slayer. Connie Waves Demon Slayer. Let me try that again. Connie Waves Demon Slayer. I mean, it looks really nice. I'll be honest with you. I kind of want to keep it. Fuck, man. I'm not gonna be able to sell nothing. Which was the Juiceco cover? Is this the Juiceco cover, Lisa? Comic Embrace says keep. Is this the Juiceco cover? Where's my... It says M. Caproni and somebody else. Or was the Warlord of Mars a Juiceco? I think that was... Yeah, I think you're talking about the Warlord of Mars, right? I think that was a Juiceco cover. Yep, this is the one I think you're talking about. That bad boy right there. Yeah, that's the reason why I got it. I'm almost positive. That's so sweet. That's a sweet cover. It's a beautiful cover, no doubt. This Mythos shit. I don't know what the fuck this Myth. It's a Mythos, but it's the first issue, and this is just some 80s independent Wonder Comics shit right here, guys. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with that. You say yes. All right, so let's run through some scores real quick, guys. Give me 1 sec. And again, anybody could join. Jump in. Somebody come save my ass. I can get up and heat my coffee. It's fucking cold. I'm going to run through some scores real quick. We can get everybody caught up. Because I know it's coming up on that time. So let's see here. What we got going on, guys. It's refreshing. 1 sec. We got some scores updates. Looks like New England is losing to San Francisco 0-13. Niner gang's up by 13 already. And that's 14 minutes. So the second quarter is just starting. They got a timeout going on there. We got Washington, the Commanders at the Arizona Cardinals, 14-7. Washington's up by a touchdown. 10 minutes, second quarter. Who else we got here? We got, of course, the fucking Browns up 7-0. They just fuck. Come on, man. And we got to beat the Browns, man. I got $20 on this game in a parlay that's supposed to pay out 35. So come on, man. But I got Browers going over the over, and then the Raiders covering the spread. And then we got Kansas City, Queefs, the Los Angeles Chargers, 0-7. Come on, Chargers. Beat those fucking Chiefs. They should be 0-3. The Chiefs should literally be 0-3 at this point. See, 3rd and 25. God damn it. Come on, Chargers. Fuck those Chiefs, man. Damn Chiefs. Literally, man, the Chiefs should be 0-3 at this point. All right, those are your updates, guys. Now, let's see. We got Dog Boy. Dog Boy, huh? Oh, okay, I see. Because it's Fantagraphics, but I'm going to get rid of it. I don't need Dog Boy. These are so this is Tales for the Crypt, but I think these are the reprints. I do believe these are those East. Yeah, these are the EC. These are pretty cool. So I'm going to hold on to those. The Haunt of Fear, number 23. So we'll hold on to that. And I don't know if you guys seen this unboxing, but I'm definitely going to hold on to these. This is my Kiss covers right here. These are pretty dope. These are from Rock and Roll Comics. This is number 9, and this is like the unbiography. What is it? The unofficial biography of Kiss. So I'm gonna hold on to that. That's pretty dope, right there. I love those. And then for the last two, this is Rock and Roll Comics number 23 in living color, but the band though, not the show. Band. Dope. And then we have number 32, which is Frank Zappa. Dope. So I'm definitely gonna hold on to those. All right. So that's the first stack, guys. I gotta reload my stack here. Now again, anybody could jump on. The link is in the chat in case you guys haven't seen it. I know it's Sunday, and some of y'all are probably sitting in your pajamas or in your boxer shorts and scared to jump on. But feel free. I gotta grab some more comic books, and I'm gonna light up because I need to smoke since nobody's joining me. Nobody's gonna give me a break here. Nobody's gonna help your boy Razor out for the comic book community. Try to throw me a lifeline here, but no, nobody wants to throw me a lifeline. Say, hey guys, come hang out with Razor. You know, here's the link. Anybody could join. Nobody shows up. It's great. Thanks, guys. It's fucking great. Got to change the name from Community Hang to Razor Hangs with himself. I can fucking. Actually, that's a different show. That's a different show. All right, we got to do another stack. Got to reload. There's nobody else. Oh, see what happens? I knew it. Wah, wah, wah. Oh. All because nobody wanted to help me out. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Maybe I have too many books on there. That's probably what it is. Let's eliminate the books. We'll do a small stack at a time. Wah, wah, wah. Boo, 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 boo. All right, so retry this again. So make sure you guys can see good. All right. All right. All right. One sec. It looks like the Browns are about to score again. This is great. Fuck, man. I'm going to lose fantasy. I'm going to lose fucking my parlay. God, thank God I got comic books, right? How's everybody doing? How are we doing today, guys? Who's your favorite team? Lisa, you don't follow football at all? You know a favorite team? Comics Embrace? GT Comic? I know Circumstance. He's a Chiefs guy. Fuck the Chiefs. I don't know what Perry's is. I don't know if Perry's a Perry, are you a comic? Are you a football guy? You got a team? You know who I roll with? Raiders, baby. All day, every day. Alicia does not. All right. Let's see. Updates. Washington, Arizona still 14-7. Niners are still up 13-0 on the Patriots. My Raiders are still getting their ass whooped 7-0. And of course, the Chargers are still beating the Queefs 7-0. So, guys, you might as well be here with me because the Chiefs are going to lose. Now it's 10-0. Chargers just scored. Yes. Woo-hoo-hoo! Well, if the Raiders lose, at least the Chiefs lose. Dolphins fan. Oh, yeah. One of my best buddies is a Dolphins fan, man. He's a diehard Dolphins fan. Like, diehard. Even though they've been through a whole bunch of shitty quarterbacks. He still loves them. All right. So Uncle Scrooge is up next. I'm definitely going to keep this. That's a Walt Disney's Uncle Scrooge. Even though it's a Gladstone, got to keep that. Guys, this is my shit right here. These books right here, I'm definitely gonna keep. Let me show you guys something. And now that I got Lisa here, let me show you something really cool. Lisa, let me see if you notice if you ever seen these before. I know some people have, and some people just kind of look over them. But check this out. This is Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. There's a couple of different volumes. This is one by Epic Comics. This is number 2. I love these right here. These are so dope. 2 of my favorite things in the whole world, right? Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Hot girls, can't go wrong. I love these books, guys. These books are so freaking awesome. Oh yeah, GT Comic. I just dropped a new. Let's see. Are you going to cover the latest sticky videos on your drama show? Yeah, I just dropped the a new video today at 10 o'clock this morning. Yep. 10 o'clock this morning, man. You gotta go check it out. I got a pretty cool thumbnail too. It's basically got a picture of it's the Batman slapping Robin. So it's got Comic Tom's logo, smacking Sticky Goose's logo. So definitely take a look at it, man. Oh, wrong pile. We're keeping that. This is Cadillac and Dinosaurs number 3. Yeah, check these out. They're Cadillacs and they're dinosaurs, and the artwork on the inside is really cool. Beautiful girls on the cover. Love them. This one's a cool one because she's like being taken away by reptiles and shit. That's dope. Yeah, I keep putting in the wrong pile. Keepers. And then these are always cool. The 3D Three Stooges. This is number 1, the Eclipse Run. So I'm definitely keeping those. And I don't know, guys. I've been told to hold on to Scooby-Doo's. I don't read them. I do like the cool covers, just like I'm doing now. I just kind of like to look at them and flip through them. But I really don't care. Like, I can sell this. It's not a big deal. But I've been told to hold on to these because I guess that these will be worth something or might be worth something. You guys have any idea? Scooby-Doo's, these older, I guess this is number 67, and it's cool artwork. But I'm told, I mean, it looks like, just like the cartoon, but I can really care less. But I've been told to hold on to these and to pick them up when I see them, in dollar bins or what have you. Oh, really? My friend is publishing the new 3. Really? That's crazy. At least I didn't know that. That's dope, man. I love the Three Stooges. I think I'm going to hold on to these Scooby-Doos, guys. I don't know why. I think I was told something about that. I'm interested, Lisa. What do you mean publishing 3 new Stooges? Like 3 new comic books? Or like 3 new characters that they're creating? Or are they actually coming up with comic books? Or are they just creating like 3 new characters? Where's my water at? Because I'm interested to know now. Oh, these are cool. Oh, wow. I forgot this is in there, guys. Check this out. Have you guys seen this before? This is Al Hartley. Excuse me. Archie's car. I don't see a number on it, but this is badass, guys. Check this out. Archie's car. 69 cents. What? 69 cents and we owe you a penny. Wow. That's a trip, man. Have you guys ever seen these before? I take a closer look at this. This is dope here. I got Archie's car by Al Hartley. New, what's this? Christian Comics. What? This is new Barbour, new Barbour. That's how it's spelled. New Barbour Christian Comics, guys. This is a Christian comic book, and they have it listed at guess how much they have it listed at. Check this out, guys. This Christian comic book, they have it listed at 69 cents. You guys see this shit? What the hell? Oh, I gotta look at this shit. What the fuck is going on here? This is crazy, yo. Copyright 1990, Archie Comics Publications. But it's a Christian comic book. Wow, this is a trip. I mean, the artwork is the same in the inside. But you can see on the back, look, it says New Barber Christian Comics. That's the publisher. Trip out on that. For 69 cents. A little innuendo there, Archie Comics. I'm definitely keeping that. That's awesome. You guys see that shit? That was dope. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering how they do that. I can't wait, man. I love the Three Stooges. They're one of my favorites. That was a trip, guys. All right, so I'm definitely keeping all my Archies. This is a 40 center, number 294. And we got Archie and Veronica jogging. This is a cute cover. Definitely keeping that. And then I got a Veronica, number 82. Treat yourself. That's what she's doing right there. That's Treat Yourself Day. What up, Macedon Comics and Music? My guy, it's a hangout for everybody. Anybody is invited. Anybody could jump in. Anybody has anything they want to talk about. Oh, wait, we got somebody here. Sorry, I didn't see you, man. I was too busy. We got my buddy. I'm going to add him to the stage. He's doing his own thing right now. This is my guy who's been down with me since day one, from day one. I'm talking about my number 2 subscriber, guys, before my mom even subscribed to my channel. This man that I'm going to bring on the stage to you right now subscribed before my own mama. My own mama used to watch me and would say, like, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm not going to subscribe just yet. I'm going to see what happens. First subscriber was Brian from LCS. No joke, because, you know, you can see who subscribed. Number 1 was Brian from LCS. Shout out. Number 2 is this man who I bring to the stage now. Cheap.
Hey, Ray. How's it going?
Going good, my guy. How you doing, brother?
Not too bad.
What are you up to, man?
Oh, sorting through comics.
Yeah, I figured you're not watching football.
I saw you begging for somebody to come on, so
Thank you, bro.
I thought I can't stay for a real long time, but
no. Hey, can you take over for a minute? I need to get up. I got to refresh. Do you mind? Like, just
yeah, I can just show some books, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that. Let me give you the stage while I go and refresh. I'm gonna be right back, man. Give me a couple minutes.
No problem. Hey guys, so I'm Cheap Comic Collector. I'm on YouTube, and I guess I'll show some books while he's gone. I'm actually right now I'm sorting through and alphabetizing some books from 1974 to 1976 to sort into my collection. So I'll just show some covers. Got Amazing Spider-Man number 156. Avengers 140. Hope y'all doing good today. I could care less about football, so you won't get any football talk out of me. Bugs Bunny. This is a cool cover. Captain Marvel, number 37. Really like that one. Conan the Barbarian Annual, number 2. Unfortunately, somebody wrote right in the middle of it there. Fantastic Four, 165. Hercules Unbound, number 1. And number 2. I think I have this whole set, but I don't know if they're all here or not. Here's number 4. Number 5. 8. Inhumans 3. E-Man number 7. Fantastic Four 154. Iron Fist 7. Commandy number 29. I guess maybe he finds Superman's suit. I don't know. Commandy 31. I basically collect anything before 1990. Number 33. But for me, the older the books, the more I like it, generally speaking. Man-Thing, number 16. 19. Marvel Classics Comics, number 3. Hey, Ray.
Hey, how did I lose you? Where'd you go?
Don't know.
Hey.
I can show this one.
I saw a Man-Thing 16. Are these going to be in the claim sale? Your next claim sale?
These are ones I'm sorting to go into my collection. So
oh.
Some of them were in a claim sale and didn't get chosen, but you know.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys do not know, I'm not sure why you do not, but my guy, Cheap Comic Collector, does a claim sale. His own claim sale is on Saturdays in the morning. It's 9:30, 9:45 my time, 12:30, 12:45 East Coast, his time. What he does is he shows off books during the week on his videos, and then on Saturdays he'll do a claim sale worth $2, and those books include shipping. So whatever he's showing you during the week, you can actually pick up on Saturday. So the cool thing is you check out his videos, right? You get your list together, and then all you got to do is watch the show on Saturday and type in claim when you see the book. You see the book pop up, you type in claim, you build up a stack of at least 10 books or more, easy $20 cash money. You PayPal him, he sends those out to you. There's no charge for the shipping. It's just $2 a book. It's an easy way to build up your collection. Is the way who I build up a lot of my collection and fill a lot of my runs. Doesn't matter what kind of covers they are. Doesn't matter if they're variants. It doesn't matter if there's ratios. It doesn't matter if there's a piece from Mocha with Scotty Young. It doesn't matter to the guy. Like he said, he likes collecting older books. The modern stuff doesn't appeal to him. So books that you think that, oh man, I got, how is he getting rid of that 1 in 10 or that ratio, that variant cover? Doesn't matter to the guy because it's $2 across the board. So that's what makes this show really cool, man. He does it on Saturdays, and I think you do it on Mondays too, right?
Yeah. Well, we do it on Aaron's channel, Psychotronic Squirt Gun. So it's mostly Aaron on Monday, but I jump in to help him out, kind of the same way I did on your show right now.
Yeah.
So you can take a break in the middle of the show a little bit. I just show some books too, and I show him fast on Mondays because I try to get through as many as I can so I can make some money before he comes back.
It's Cheap Comic Collector, Lisa. It's the name of the YouTube channel. This is the guy that pops up. So yeah, do me a favor, sub him up. It's Cheap Comic Collector. Let's get him up there, man. The guy should be close to this guy should be at 1,000 subs. He showed some amazing stuff. One of the short box or flat rate boxes that I seen him pick up was just filled with just some amazing like early Justice League shit that my eyes just popped out of my head.
Yeah, those didn't go in the sale. Those
that one didn't go to sale. I said, man, I don't.
Yeah, they weren't really in good enough shape, most of them, to really go into the sale anyway, because they would. Well, I mean, I guess they were because of what they were, but.
Well, though, I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Justice League. The Justice League cover that I have, but I paid, I think it was $20 for it, $15 or $20 for it. It was like the condition that you have. Those
well, they're definitely like. I mean, the first appearance of Kanjar Rowe was in there, and that's got to be worth something, no matter what condition it's in, basically, but yeah, that was incredible. That's I mean,
Is
to
that the
get
best
that in
flat
the
rate
flat
box you
rate,
ever
that
had?
was a flat rate box from Whatnot, and it's just like, what?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Is that the best flat rate box you ever opened?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Out of all of them, right?
yeah,
I
definitely. I
mean, you
mean,
got
I've
like
opened
100.
other ones where I'm just like, holy cow, but that one was like, this is like Silver Age Justice League. What the heck is it doing in this box?
How many
And
people
some
were
of
on the stream at the time?
quite a few. I had to pay up for the box. That was probably the most I ever spent on a box. It was, I don't know. There was one box I spent $90 on. I don't know if it was that one or not. Um,
Did you have your bid locked in? Did you have it like at 100 set for custom, no matter what? Or were
yeah,
you just kept on
the
swiping?
one, if it's the one I spent $90 on, I actually put in a custom bid for like 120.
And
So I
just
got
had
it less than,
it.
I still got it less for what I would have paid for it.
Love it.
But yeah, normally when I see the Whatnot boxes coming through and I see what they're putting in, I'll just, every book that clicks in my head, like I either want it or I have a customer that I know wants it, that it will more than likely sell in a sale. I count that book as $1.
Right.
So I'm like, as they're putting the books in, I'm like $1, $2, $3, and that's how much I determine what it's worth for me to pay for that box, because I sell them for $2, and really I'm just trying to make my money back, So, and then whatever's left over I get to keep, or it's free, right? So, and of course you got to figure the shipping into that, but it's
What can I ask you? What shipping do you? Because I was thinking about possibly selling some of the stuff that I do on the Facebook Marketplace and offer, because you can have that shipping option on the Facebook Marketplace
okay.
for smaller lots that I want to do. You know what I mean? Instead of the big short boxes, like what do you what are do you is that like pirate? Because I see it when I pull up my USPS Inform. It says something different on there, like a Shippo. Something. Can I ask you what you
I
actually
used
use?
I used to use Shippo, but I started out sending out so many boxes they wanted to upgrade me to a higher pay service.
Right.
If you put out like more than 30 boxes a month or something, they want to upgrade you and make you pay for the service, because it's discounted shipping. So if you pay for the service, it kind of defeats the whole point unless you're shipping out thousands of packages, right? So at first I was like, I'm going to have to limit how many I ship out. And then I was like, no, idiot, just go find another discount shipping service and use both, rather than only work with one. And so I found a company called Pirate Ship. And ever since then, I haven't had any problems. I've just been only using them.
How does it work though? It goes through the postal service, right?
It's still yeah, it's just postal, so it's just discounted shipping through the postal service.
So you go to the
You
pirate ship
use
website.
you use their website. And what's nice about the pirate ship one is they link to your PayPal account, so it comes out of my PayPal. The other one wouldn't do that. I had to worry about giving them a credit card and what every time, which would kind of, it makes it easier if it's coming from the same place that the money's going into.
Right.
So
That's cool. That's a cool option.
and
Because
they haven't put any limits on it. I can just keep going. So they haven't tried to get me to pay to an upper level or nothing. So
gotcha.
but
And the discount is
hugely discounted from taking stuff to the post office.
that was the next
Yeah.
question. So it does
And
it's a big enough discount to where it does make a
yeah,
difference.
I mean, you can't. I don't think you can do like media mail on there, but you can do like the ground advantage, I think it's called, and then you just go to the post office site and you tell them, hey, it's at the front door, come pick it up. I don't even have to go to the post office, and it's discounted, like extremely discounted.
Yeah.
You know,
So do you create the labels through that pirate ship website as well, or do you have to create those separately?
no, they do it all. You just type it in, you tell it, you got to measure your package and weigh it, so you need a scale.
Yeah.
And you put in the address where you want to ship it to, the weight, and the 3 measurements, and you're done.
Gotcha.
And it'll give you shipping options too. It's not just the post office. You
How
can
much do you ship
you can
out?
use UPS and stuff also.
How much do you normally like? What is do you normally ship in like a not a flat rate box? They're more like those what boxes do you use? Because I kind of
Um,
describe the dimensions
yeah,
of the box that you're
like if
using.
it's up to $20, I'll usually use a mailer that I've gotten just from ordering comic books,
Okay. So
because
let's say,
yeah,
let me ask you, how much does
you
it
can
cost
make
to ship that
these
out?
do
So,
more. I'll fold them up and get a lot of them in there.
okay.
But
So that's the next.
other than that, I'll cut down a box and make my own box
Uh-huh.
rather than doing flat rate, because flat rate's a ripoff. It's
And how much
always
does it cost to fill that up? That Gemini that you had?
to send it.
Yeah. What's
Depends on where I'm sending it to. I sent one today that's going to Connecticut. It costs 7 something.
shit? That's
And I
still
did
pretty pricey.
another one, but I did another one that's going to California, and it was over $10. So
Yeah, I mean,
either way it is, the more it costs.
yeah, and to be honest with you, that's a pretty big discount because I remember the
Oh, it's
one that I
huge
filled
discount.
out.
Yeah.
Well, the one that I filled out and sent to you was it was 17. So that's the post office, and that's
Yeah.
filling up a Gemini. So that's that's a $10 difference right there.
Yeah.
So that's huge,
Exactly.
man. When you
Yeah.
when you're
Almost
selling that many
everything.
packages,
Yeah. And when I do, because I looked at, I sent a few flat rate boxes to Swag.
right?
Um, and sometimes I have to, it's cheaper sometimes to send 2 smaller boxes than it is to put them all in one big box.
Yeah, yeah, and I get that from Whatnot too. Like when I buy a bulk from like Angel Hunter 78, he'll ship me like it'll be weird. I'll get like 2 boxes, and then I'll get like a Gemini mailer with like 3 comic books in it. I was like, oh, okay. I guess it
Sometimes
just
they'll
breaks
do
down
the
that way.
3 sometimes they'll send the giveaway ones like that, which I don't understand why they don't just throw it in the box, but I think it's got something to do with they have to show Whatnot that they're sending it, I think.
Yeah, and I got something about that as well. But I got a question here from Mastodon. He wants to know: do you ever do trades?
Well, gee, Ray, do I ever trade?
uh, what we tried to put together a trade show, Mastodon, between me and Rob. I think Mastodon wants to know if you do trades instead of like instead of selling, do you do a trade
Right.
show? And I can kind of talk on that because we tried to do a trade show between me and Rob where we did something like this on a live stream and we put together, showed each other books. I think it's kind of hard to do trades because just of scheduling, time constraints, and just collecting. Sometimes habits change and collecting habits change. So right now, I'm not really doing anything trading because I'm trying to now shorten my collection, consolidate my modern stuff. Um, but Rob, are you doing any trading?
Um, Not a whole lot. I'm trying to get away from it actually because I need to sell books. So I did have a trading program in place that I just closed up like within the last couple of weeks, where there was a website you could go to. You could see everything that's in my collection, and you could see everything I had listed for trade. I had like 2 long boxes worth of stuff listed for trade. And you could send me whatever you wanted as long as it was complete and I didn't already have it. And
Yeah,
pick whatever you wanted,
that's a good idea.
And it worked really well for a while. And then everybody that was watching me just kind of lost interest. And I wasn't getting any. I mean, I put in I added an entire long box into the program and, plugged it on my channel and stuff. And I didn't get one trade out of it. And that's a lot of work. Okay. That's a lot of work to keep that updated with all of my collection everything that's for trade. Every time it changes, you have to change it. And yeah, I wasn't getting anything out of it anymore. So so I just recently stopped it. It's now becoming a sales site. Every once in a while I'll do when I have the time, I'll do that chilling with cheap show where basically I'm just sitting here going through books that didn't sell during the live streams and making a list of what's in that box to add to the website so that people have a place to go to and they can buy the comics off there if they want to. But
Right.
um
Becker wants to know where's Swag at.
if Beckerman doesn't know, then I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Beckerman, don't you live like right by him? Isn't that your neighbor, Beckerman? Can't you just walk down the street, knock on the door, and you tell us?
Yeah, I was actually kind of wondering about that. He's kind of he hasn't been posting videos lately. He hasn't been showing up in chat, so I'm assuming he's just maybe working a lot, but I don't really know.
Yeah, hashtag where's Swag at? We gotta
Hopefully
find him, man.
doing okay.
He's up for like best. He's up for like best new creator or best something, right? He's up
That's
for
new channel, yeah.
best new channel. So we got to find Swag, man. Go vote for the guy. You know what I mean? Let's get another video out. Get another haul video. I know he got a bunch of stacks already.
Oh, he's got tons of. Yeah, I know he's bought tons of books from me. Not to mention what he's gotten when he's out with Beckerman and stuff.
Beckerman,
so.
yeah, Beckerman. Go knock on the door. Let us know. Nice, man. And the show's going on tomorrow, right? You're going to be on Cyclotronic's show tomorrow.
What's today? Sunday? Yeah.
Do you
That's
ever get burnt out from doing the claim show?
Yeah.
You haven't took a week off since I've been following you, and I've been following you.
2 weeks ago,
you did this the next day. You still did the claim show. You didn't take a week off.
The reason for that is I feel like I do need to take some time off, but I got all these videos recorded ahead of time that are scheduled to post, right?
That's right.
And they all like come to the claim sale on Saturday. And so if I skip, it puts me off the schedule, which is why I went ahead and did that one the next day. And so yeah, it's
because 3 hours 3 hours every Sunday, sometimes 4. That's a lot,
it
man.
tires you out, but if you moved a lot of books, you feel really good, right?
Yeah.
This week I didn't move a lot of books, and I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible.
And not only that, but you're sitting there for 4 hours, and it's just you on Saturdays.
Yeah,
and you're just
other
that's
people have offered to come on and help me out, but I feel like that's my show, you know, like because Aaron and I do the Monday show together and stuff, and I'm like, I wanted to keep that one just me, you know. I mean, I know you've come on, we had you come on to plug your show, and I've done that a couple times with other people, but for the most part, you know, I want that one to be mine. And I was actually looking this morning. I was looking at Whatnot. Maybe I should be selling on Whatnot.
Well, here's the thing about that, man. The seller that I go through, Angel Hunter 78. Check him out. Right. That's the guy that I get.
Yeah, I bought stuff from him before.
Yeah, right now he does $5
because
shipping.
Of you.
Yeah, $1 book. I talked to him a couple times about how he does, because he starts his book at $1 and his shipping is only $5. I'm like, how are you making money, man?
Right.
The thing is, on Whatnot that he's telling me is the only downside to selling on Whatnot that he sees that's happening to him and a lot of sellers. And I'm not sure if this is something that's new or it's been the case, always on Whatnot. But if you notice, he runs 20 books at a time. So it'll be lot 1, lot 2, and it'll go up to 20. And then he reloads the lot again. So he'll start the numbering again at 1 and then do another 20. And I asked him, I go, what's the thought behind that?
Well, what happens is 30 cents a transaction, right?
Exactly. And what happens is that if whatever you don't sell, Whatnot still charges you for that transaction. Even if you don't exactly. So if you don't sell that book, that lot that you have up there, Whatnot is still charging you for that transaction, even though you did not sell anything. So, yeah, exactly. It's kind of shitty, man. So that's one of the things that he says that's the only kind of drawback from selling on Whatnot. The fees are better than eBay, but if you don't sell a book, they're still going to charge you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what? Going back to Mastodon's comment, you know what?
No wonder I'm not seeing anybody on there anymore doing cheap books. Holy cow!
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, man. Yeah, it does sound a lot of work to me. When I watch Cheap Comic Collector, it's a lot of work from him, but not a lot of work for me. I get to sit on my couch, drink coffee, eat pumpkin pie, and type claim. Really easy for me. That guy does all the work.
Well, the thing is when I do the show, I'm discovering the comics all over again because I recorded them a month earlier.
Yeah.
Because I'm a month ahead on the recorded episodes that show during the week, and then I do the live stream on Saturdays. So, very rarely do I grab one or two to go into my collection that doesn't make it to the show, right? Usually I grab for my collection after the show. So you guys would actually get first chance at most of the stuff. Unless it's something that's it's like, no, I'm keeping this, Yeah, and I show that on the video. If I'm keeping it, you guys still see it, but
that's what I love about you. Speaking of the show, we have somebody who has an awesome show. Not just an awesome show, but a hustle show. Talking about 7-5 hustle show in the building. What to do, my guy?
Well, what's up, everybody?
Hey, man, I'm glad to meet you. I haven't met you. This is the first time I'm actually meeting you. I know you shot me out. You gave me some love.
Stalker. I was all stalker on you. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I don't mind it at all. I got my baby oil, with the little.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man. Like I said,
you just got to know when the party's over. That's all.
Got to know when to say no.
Yeah. For those who don't know, my real name is George, and for my channel, the 757 Hustle Show, we just we do entertainment stuff for like people like you, comic books, movies, the same stuff. We don't talk about what George Clooney is wearing or anything like that, no. But we talk about comics and movies and toys and basically whatever's on our mind. We like to travel also. So, but I'll tell everybody out there, Razor is definitely one of my new favorite channels I found recently. I was doing dishes, listening to YouTube or whatever, what I'm saying, like doing chores, whatever. And somehow it came on his channel. And I just hear freaking some guy laughing like the Joker nonstop. I'm like, who is this guy? And I start looking at him and I'm like, oh my God. And then I started listening to who's actually what he was saying, and it's mad funny. So mad props to you for all the stuff and content you've been doing so far, man. Very kick-ass. I very much enjoyed.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, man. And your show, like for guys like me, and I'm talking about guys like me, guys that don't know shit about comic books, and guys like you, guys like Cheap Comic Collector. I love watching shows where I can learn something because, like I say, man, I'm you guys are the gurus, not me. I don't know. Like this is my third, fourth year collecting, my first year on YouTube. So, like right now, I'm flipping through books that you guys are probably like, what the fuck's this guy doing with that book? Sell that book, man.
No. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I am not a modern comic book collector. I read up and I'll see what's going on. I am not my last physical comic book I purchased collecting as a regular thing was Marvel's Secret Invasion when it first came out. So I go online, I'll see, read this or hear that or a review about this or, Wikipedia. I'm always on Wikipedia. I'm like, okay, I'm all caught up. So it was just a financial choice. You know what I'm saying? So it was either that or feed the kids, but the hell with the kids. So, but I'll tell you this though. You were talking about earlier about picking comic books just because of the covers.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you this. So back I'm a little bit older. You said 79. I'm 75. Originally from New York City.
Right.
So all of us, we would go out and get a cover. So I couldn't stand in the 90s the alternative covers. So like I would see a cool cover, like let's say I wouldn't collect Iron Man or some shit like that, and I would see a cool cover or Batman, and I'll be like, oh man, look at this cool Batman issue, whatever. And then I go to another bodega or something like that, and because I literally got comic books off the rack in a candy store or a comic book store or whatever it was,
Right.
or we smoke shops, whether you get the lotto tickets before
Yeah.
7-Eleven took over. But anyway, so I got duped. They're like, oh, look at that Batman cover. I don't have that issue, and I would take it. I didn't know the numbers, but I knew the covers.
Right.
You know, I would know if I had the issue of the story by the cover. And next thing you know, I got triplets of alternative covers, and I just spent like $6-7 on this stuff. I'm like, man, couldn't stand this shit. I say I gotta follow the story. I gotta pay. I gotta look at the actual number that says there, issue 103. And then like I get home, I got 4 copies of issue 103.
Exactly.
You live and learn.
I've been doing that now. That's why I'm consolidating my collection, man, because I'll catch myself doing it on cheap show, especially when these books now are so fucking cheap. It has literally almost hit rock bottom where I'm picking up literally ratio covers for 1 in 25s, 1 in 10s, exclusives for dollars, man. Literally $1, $1 or $2. Cheap can tell you because I buy them from him. I go on Whatnot, I get them for $1. Like all you got to do is, you don't have to buy them right away. That FOMO is real. People see these exclusives and these variants and they want to pay $5, $10, $20, sometimes $30, man. I see them and I just wait, and I'm, a month later, even weeks later, they're running for $1, and I'm picking them up, and it's like now I have a whole shit ton of cool covers because they're so cheap to buy. It's so hard not to. I don't want to buy. I don't want to own Modern. I want to be a Silver Age guy. I want to have all these cool, I want to have 2 short boxes of just dope shit. But when it's $1 or $2, it's like, that's kind of hard not to do, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
paper crack.
Yeah, I've got a friend that just got like the Justice League of America #1 facsimile that just came out like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. It's got the foil cover. It's an $8 book. He got it off of Whatnot for $1 and tried to resell it on his channel for like $6, and nobody would get it. I got it from him this morning for $3 when I was on his channel, because
inside trading in the comic book world.
From him, and I'm just like, so when he was showing it on Aaron's show, I was like, that just came out like 2 days ago. Why is somebody selling it for $1 on Whatnot? It just,
it's everything. I mean, I jump around, even the toy community. You know what I'm saying? You got some guy like, oh, I'm selling this, whatever. I'm selling this toy for $100, and everybody's like getting their torches out. No way, man. That thing's only worth $50, man. We're gonna kill you. We're gonna come after your kids. How dare you sell it for double the price? But it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When you were mentioning earlier, Razor, you were talking about when I asked you of any comic books you regret selling. So get this. Years ago, me and my cousins, we all collected our own thing. We never would buy the same comic book. That way we can always, you got Avengers, I got Fantastic Four, you got X-Men, like that. So we wouldn't have doubles of the same shit.
Right.
So as we got older, my older cousin gave me all his Avenger comic books. And I'm talking about probably when early 60s stuff, when Cap would just join and stuff like that, and key issues and all that.
Nice.
So, but remember, this is 5 years before the first Iron Man movie. Right. So we all know in this room right here, nobody cared about the Avengers before the first Iron Man movie, right? We all know this, right? So this day, my cousin's like, Georgie, you sold all my Avengers comic books. I said, bro, you didn't even know what the hell the Avengers were.
Yeah, especially the original team, right? Because the original team, wasn't it like Quicksilver and like
all those guys.
Yeah, it wasn't like the team we have now, right? Yeah,
and even I know this for a fact because it had Thanos and it had some of the Eternals because that movie came out. And I just remember the issue with the Eternals in the comic book, the way it looked, and then my cousin's like till this day he calls me up like, Georgie, you sold all my Avenger comic books, but that's stuff you regret, man. You don't know, Yeah, so yeah. I've always been. Oh, I like this cover. First of all, let me tell you this for those out there. My comic book introduction was the Super Friends. So I'm child of 75, growing up in front of the TV. So anything that was superheroes, Bionic Man, all that stuff that was just that my babysitter in front of me as a kid, that, Super Friends, and then the Superman movie, the Batman TV show and reruns, even the cartoons, the Batman cartoons back in the day, the original ones. So that was my introduction. And then I remember seeing my cousin having Avengers comic books. And I would be like, oh, that's cool, whatever. And then Secret Wars came out, the toys. So I'm a victim of that whole 80s comic book toys, merchandise, everything. So I was all there. I was
Mine was the Amazing Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Remember that one? Was that the name of the show with Spider-Man, Iceman, and then they made up the Firestorm character, I think, in order to do the damn
Firestar, the chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Spider-Man, the Amazing Friends. Like I said, that was, that's to say, that was all us. So that's what got me into comics. And that's what really got me into comics. And then I started realizing, oh crap, these stories are more adult than, Super Friends. You know what I'm saying? These were serious stories. And, I got hooked on it like everybody else did. And then it became a point where I'm originally from New York. I'm in Virginia now. But before I moved down here, all my family would call me up in the middle of the night. Georgie, didn't Batman get his ass kicked by that guy? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bro, it's 2:00 in the morning, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the movie started. And then it was like, Georgie, how come they don't show Quicksilver in the first Avengers team? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, they're doing their own thing. I got to explain to them 4 a.m. And I'm like, yo, Hector, it's 4 a.m, bro. They're not doing, it's its own universe,
Yeah.
So, but, yeah. So I love it. Of course, I try to keep up. Like I said, the last digitally thing I read was the new Ninja Turtles Masters of the Universe crossover.
Really?
Yeah. Someone sent me a link online, and I read it online and a digital copy, and that's a badass story.
Yeah.
That's a cool ass story. I think it's IDW makes it. I'm not sure, but it's and they're doing a whole toy thing. So, but they released an actual official comic book.
Huh.
And it's pretty badass. And the turtles are there, and they got them all dressed like barbarians, like He-Man dudes and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. I'm a big He-Man guy. So before, when you said E-Man, I thought you said He-Man. I'm trying to like zoom in while I'm driving, trying to see what it was like. Oh, you got a He-Man comic book, number 1. And then when I looked, it was like E-Man. Get the fuck out of here. I almost
shit away. Yeah.
I almost scratched the car.
So I got Lisa here, man. She helps me out. Lisa has been, every time I do a live unboxing or an unboxing, Lisa's always helped me out. She's one of the ones that actually will show up and help me like point out, okay, yeah, that's a cool cover. That's something worth, maybe you should put that to the side. And there's a couple other people like Sheep Comic Collector, Tempest from Mars. There's a lot of the gurus that actually show up and help me out, because I buy like a lot of these lots, and I'll just buy cover buys and shit that I think that's cool, and I will have no idea what the hell I'm looking at, man. Like none. Like, you should hold on to that, because that's actually, the blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay.
See, that's with me. A lot of it, I think, has to be because I don't care. I never cared about the value. You know what I'm saying? If I would have taken care of my stuff, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I could retire with the stuff I've had. You know what I'm saying? So I never took care of my stuff. So I was hard, like, oh my God, turning the page, and like, oh my God, Mary Jane broke up with Peter Parker again. You know what I'm saying? I was like doing all that, so, but I see people where it's like, should I keep this? Should I not keep this and that, whatever. And I guess everybody collects differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's a cooler way, which I wish I would have known, to get rid of the stuff I didn't enjoy to get new stuff in.
Right.
That's
what are you collecting right now? Are you collecting a lot of modern, or are you more of like a silver guy? Like what are you actively collecting?
I am not actively collecting. What I like to do, I like to go back. Like, let's say I was a huge Marvel DC guy, straight up. But then I never got a chance to collect the other stuff that came out during those years from those franchises, like the B characters. You know what I'm saying? So right. I could only get afford the main, you only get one Happy Meal, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I could only pick one thing. I couldn't, get everything. So I like to go back. And you know how you read in the comic, and Marvel does a great thing about, like, Hulk is fighting the X-Men. Remember the first time they fought in issue 173, and that's a big story. 173. So I like to go back and look and revisit those different time periods. I like to time hop. You know what I'm
Are
saying?
you
Go
an
back in
omnibus
time.
guy?
Say again.
Do we have an echo? Is that me or is that you?
My internet's been crazy today, but I hear it clear now.
Okay. Are you an omnibus guy?
Oh, 1 second. That's me. 1 second. 1 second. That's me. That's me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, man. The weather's been like you were joking around, someone not paying the bill, and I'm like, oh my god, he's talking about me. I got my wife out there with rabbit ears.
Let me ask you, are you an omnibus guy?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what that means.
Omnibus, those big encyclopedias that these guys collect that has the whole volume.
Okay. I know. Okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Either it for me right now, it doesn't have to be a paper medium, so I'm okay with going digitally also.
Really?
Yeah.
Digitally, because that's kind of reading on a tablet. I gotta smell the comic book. I can't get into the.
I have
My tablet don't smell like a comic book. You don't want to know what my tablet smells like.
I know. I didn't go there. You did. Don't set up your own joke. I got it. No, I hear that. Yeah, but I agree with you. Because there was a time once you start getting these old comic books, you're gonna notice the different qualities of paper. Some of them have very smooth, and some of it's like, oh my god, what the hell's on my fingers? You know what I'm saying?
I still smell them. I don't care if they're like these Silver Age books that are 50 years old or whatever. I'll still. Is that weird? Is that
no?
hygienic?
No. You get your comic off. That's what they call it. Get your comic off.
Is that the
That's what they say. Yeah. That's what those old cats say. Get your comic off. You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah. So.
I feel like I'm weird, man, because I'll read my comic books like at work or if I'm in the LCS, like I'll do that in public. Like I'll catch myself. And it's
that's
reaction.
the weird part.
It's not like I'm doing it on like it's just instinct. It's just like, and then people
are you smelling?
Look at me and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, you guys don't do this? Like, am I the only one?
You guys don't do this. The referring to sniffing paper or
exactly
comics. Yeah. Yeah. But I do admit I do like. I remember touching the paper and look at me. I'm like I'm in jail. I got no paper no more.
Well,
no, but go ahead,
that's why I don't do the omnibus thing, man. I can't get into the omnibus thing. Like the omnibus reminds me of the old school Encyclopedia Britannicas. Remember those? Remember when your mom used to make you do your homework and you have to go. What are you studying today? Argentina. Oh shit! You got to go get the damn A out and skip to AR, right? And do your book report at the dinner table before you can go out and shoot.
My mother still swears her encyclopedia is faster than Google. Right. We got it in 1983. Okay.
Exactly, bro. And I'm so done with I grew up during that time where we had to own a set of encyclopedias. So when I see these guys that do like Jim Mint and them that do these big omnibus openings where they have this huge, it's the full volume of Batman or the recent Berserker volume, and it's just this big, it's like a 20-pound brick. It's like I don't know what they do with it. I guess you could display it somewhat, but it reminds me of just like the old encyclopedia. Like I don't want to have encyclopedia comic books. You know what I mean?
I get that. Yo, I'm the same way. Okay, I misunderstood what you were saying. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, who the fuck needs a big freaking coffee book like sitting on this? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to look through that?
What do you do with that? Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
and like how do you read that too? Like a comic book, I can do this shit. You know what I mean? I can sit here. I can open it up. Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. Let me get to Argentina. Hold on. No, my bad. This is when the Inhumans first came on the Fantastic Four. Hold on. But you know what, man? To each their own. To each their own. To each their own. Because
it reminds me of the never-ending story. Remember that never-ending story?
Yeah.
Remember when he's sitting there with that book and he's flipping through this? He pulls it out,
Yo,
gets his blanket over him. That's how I feel like I'm gonna have to read that omnibus. I'm gonna have to light a candle, put the blanket over me. Say my name. Oh man.
Your name is Razor.
Exactly.
But you know what, man? In all fairness, to each their own. Because there we go. You back?
Oh man, do you use that same internet service provider that Sticky Goose uses? Is that what's happening?
Yes, man. Yeah. Actually, that was actually internet. That was actually internet. The other thing was something weird. I don't know why my audio keeps turning. I tell you. Hold on a second. Puta, move the rabbit ears, please. I got Razor on. Come on. So
You had to
what are you gonna
upgrade,
do?
man. You know what I mean?
What are you gonna do? She's got a bad
Yeah,
hip.
extra
Sorry,
20 a
I'll
month.
upgrade soon. Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, I just moved and and still haven't done everything else. I'm still learning where the light switches are.
Did you cash that Sticky Goose and Comic Tom live stream?
I did not see the live stream. I caught part of your video. And I thought today was supposed to be a nice Sunday day.
It is, man. Let me ask you this. I won't even bring him up, but because it is a nice Sunday day, anybody could jump in. But I got to ask you this, man. Just how do you feel, just in general, about like I'm a single guy now. Let me just say that I'm a single guy. I used to be in a relationship. I'm 45 years old. I was in a relationship for 20 plus years. I got 3 kids. They're all grown. My youngest is in college. I got 2 that live on their own. Got grandkids. I've done it, man. I'm living the dream now. I get to empty nest and do what the fuck I want to do now.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So one thing, the advice that I give these guys that my ride or die chick, my best friend, your girlfriend, your wife, your partner, they don't have to be your best friend. They don't have to be your ride or die. That people get this whole that they're their.
Are you talking about your boys?
Have to be like their best friend next
to
them 24/7. That's not.
Hold on.
Don't need that, man.
Who are you referring to? Your boys, girls? Is that who you're referring to? Because you're single now.
Okay. I will see live streams. We see Jim Min and his wife, and then Sticky tries to do things with his wife, and I get it. It's real cute. It's fun, but eventually. That relationship does end by one way or another. You know what I'm saying?
You think, but that'd be better for them, I guess. People go back and look at the old videos, and the views will go up.
Maybe, right?
Right? But whatever works.
My thing is that your couple, your significant other doesn't have to be your best friend, man. They need to have their own best friend. They need to have their own, somebody else that when you guys are not getting along.
How long ago you become
hang
single?
out with and talk other than you.
How long ago have you become single?
About 4 years now, 5 years now.
Okay, that one you've been thinking like that for 4 years?
Yeah.
Just saying, bro. You answered. You answered your own question, bro.
Yeah, because we were like best friends, man, and was like every day, spending every day with each other, working with each other. Well, like especially if you work with somebody. If you see them all day, how was your day? Motherfucker, you were right there. You know how my day was. We were next to each other all day.
Well, let me push back on that. My wife and I, right? The world of comics doesn't mean anything to her. The world of geek world, comic books world, or anything that superhero, except if it has Chris Hemsworth in it. Okay. So, if anything I tell back, hey, look, this is the new Batman movie, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, is Thor in it? So that's the ongoing joke around here.
Yeah.
So, but dude, she's a jock. She's all about the Seahawks. So when I told her I was going to go on and you're doing football and you're doing, I play sports. I don't have a jersey. I don't do sport caps. I'll watch a game. I grew up watching the Mets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it's on, I'll watch it. I'm not one of those guys. Oh, bro, you're into sports? How can you read a comic book into sport? You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those guys. I just go with the flow. If it's your game, it's your game. I understand the game. I played it. I know a little bit of this and that. When I got with her, I had to become a Seahawks fan. So, this is, when Russell Wilson was there and all that and the good times. And, So I had to become a Seahawks fan and everything. So, but it's just like she doesn't. I've learned to like going back to the friendship stuff. We're friends for many other reasons, but our hobbies are not the same. You know what I'm saying? So you find I'm in a band also. I'm in a band. She don't fucking play music. She went to one of my shows last night. She knows every mistake we make. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you sounded good. I'm like, yeah, you know, I know where we screwed up. You know what I'm saying? But so
when you go hunting for comic books, she doesn't come with you.
Say again?
When you go hunting for comic books or go like collecting,
well,
she hang out with you. Do you guys like collect together?
She first of all, she loves a sale. So I've taken her and we've flipped some toys together for fun. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mess around with comic books because I rather just take them and just read them and keep them. I don't flip comic books or read comic book. I mean, try to turn comic. But if I see a toy, I know this Hulk Hogan figure is worth $25 and we get it for $1 or $2 at a flea market. So we've experienced that. We found a lot here in Virginia in a hick town somewhere in the middle of nowhere, literally like in the movies. Say again?
Old 3D, Three Stooges.
With 3D glasses? That's badass.
You remember those?
That looks like modern though, right? It doesn't look. It looks like
Eclipse one. So I think that these are not the reprints. These are the reprint ones. I think right here.
anything. This is funny as hell.
Yeah, you did you ever read any of the 3D comic books when you were a kid? You ever put the glasses on and actually read them?
What was that one? There was one comic book. It was a promotional thing that you needed the glasses, and my cousin messed up his, so we had to share our glasses. But there was one. And everything. I mean, I mean, back. What the fuck was it? There was some promotional comic I remember we got, and then. You remember your first comic book?
The first comic book I had wasn't. I'll tell you the story. I do, but it's not. I don't necessarily think it's a comic. All right, I would go to the grocery store with my nana, right, and I would follow her around. And I remember we would check out, and at the checkout where all the candy and shit was, there were the Archie's Double Digest. I don't know if you remember those things.
Yeah. The little square ones, yeah.
The square fat ones, man.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how much they were, but they weren't too cheap at the time. I think they're like $1.25 or something like that. Yeah. So they weren't, they weren't too cheap.
The 90s $1.25, 80s $1.25.
They were, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, that was my first one. I remember grabbing it and kind of flipping through it and being scared to ask. I remember as my first being scared to ask my nana. I was with my nana. She barely could talk as it is, and I'm, I don't want to ask her for this comic book that's $1.25 we were checking out. So I just sat there, just kind of reading through it, and waiting for her to tell me to start putting the groceries on the conveyor belt, so that she could notice that I have this comic book in my hand, and maybe because I used to like to read. Like I was a geek as a kid. Like I was a real nerd, man. I used to get picked on, and I would go to the library to get away from being bullied, get my ass whooped. So where I would go. Library.
Sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that.
No worries, man. It's growing up.
No, I fucking hated you. Sorry about that.
So they already knew, like, I was a nerd. She knew I liked to read. So I was hoping that she would see that, hey, man, I got this book in my hand. So she did. And I was like, hey, Nana, is it okay? How much is it? I was like, it's $1 or whatever, 25. And then she's like, all right, throw it in there. Let's only get one. So I remember I took it home. I read my Archie's Double Digest. It's $1.25, man. And it was like the best. I remember flipping through it. And then that was
Veronica or Betty? Who'd you fall in love with? Who'd you fall in love with? Veronica or Betty?
Right?
Or Jughead. Hey, man, I don't judge.
For blondes, bro. I've always been a sucker for blondes, man.
Okay. That's funny.
Always. Were you a Veronica guy, or did you like the blonde? Were you Betty?
Both. I know.
You got to choose one, man. You can't ever do the both. You got to come on. It's got to be one.
Fine. You know what? Younger, the blonde. Older, the Veronica. She got money and
changed.
Yeah. She's older. I think she's older and a little more assertive. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Like whip me and shit. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mean to. Exactly. I know the word freak is kind of can't use it. Thanks, Diddy. We can't use the word freak off anymore. But But I see Veronica. Let's just say I see Veronica and Baby Oil is not, is a negotiable. You know what I'm saying? It is a deal. But
Yeah, and then plus as a kid, you're reading the Archie and the Double Digest, and you relate a little bit because it was kind of cool that the girls were always you had that thing with the two girls, and they were kind of always fighting over him, and you wanted to be cool like Archie and have the two girls that you were trying to hook up with. So I loved them, man. The Jughead, and I know it's kind of nerdy, but the stories were fun to me, and just
No.
sit there and just eat it up, bro.
why because my mom started buying me comic books, and then it became a thing where it's like, oh, you like comics? Tell me, here, I got this for you, and it'll be some like bullshit comic book or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like third party company, whatever. But thank you, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So she would get my sister Archie comics, Casper the Ghost, all those from the same company that Archie makes. So I would read them also. And I'd be like, God damn, somebody shoot somebody. Come on, damn, somebody do something. You know what I'm saying? But I read them. It's like back in the day, people don't understand. Goes, well, if you didn't like the show, why'd you watch it? Because we didn't have cable. There was only 5 channels. So it's either watch this, or this. So that's why we watched this, even though we didn't like it. I hated Matlock, but when Matlock was on, I prefer Matlock over talk shows. Morton Downey Jr. was on at night in New York. You know what I'm saying? So I watched Matlock. It wasn't my choice. Or even my sister watched Saturday mornings.
Yeah, and this is gonna be dealt right down your aisle because this is this is what you talk about and do on your show. Now, growing up as a kid, we didn't have that many Star Wars. When Star Wars would come out, I remember we would own the VHS tapes and we would rewatch them constantly as a kid because I was born in '79. So I watched them as a kid. We had the tapes, and we would play with the figurines. We would get the wrapping paper that was done with, and we would go outside with the rolls, and you do all that. So when the Disney movies and all the new Star Wars started to come out, all the later episodes or the newer episodes, however you look at it, in the 2000s and late 90s or whenever they came out, and people started just the CGI and the Jar Jar Binks, and there were just so many bad reviews, and it just started going down from there. People just started just hating on Star Wars from that point on. For me, it was a complete opposite. I don't know what it is for you, but because I grew up differently, I didn't get any Star Wars, man. So when anything came out that had to do with Star Wars, period, didn't matter if Jar Jar Binks is in it, doesn't matter if it's CGI. It didn't.
You got any of that Star Wars? You got any of that Force? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. You got any of that? Yeah. So we call that, right? We call that the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
After Return of the Jedi, before Disney bought. After the Return of the Jedi, before Disney bought Star Wars, we call that the Dark Ages. During those times, there was, like you said, there was no movies, just the TV Ewok movies, whatever, and those failed, the Ewok cartoon and Disney cartoon, whatever. I didn't collect comic books during those times. I didn't collect all the Dark Horse comics and all that stuff. What I did collect were the books on audio about the Rogue Squadron, all those stories. So and there is a trilogy called the Han Solo trilogy, which explains Han Solo's trilogy. The movie came out and it's completely different. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, if they only did at least 50% of what the book did, the movie would have been amazing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, real quick, for my Star Wars people out there, in the Solo film, do they even explain how Han Solo knows how to speak Wookiee? No, I just know how to speak Wookiee.
Yeah.
But in the book, he was raised by a female Wookiee on a pirate ship.
Right. But see, here's the thing. I get all that. I still love all that shit. Like I know that they miss a lot of it. Like I know that it's that they don't include a lot of it, and they do a lot of playing around with the storylines. But man, I can't say anything bad about Star Wars. Like there's nothing bad that when they do the movies. I love them so much because I never got them as a kid. We craved it, man. And then when they announced Star Wars coming out. Once it came out, I'll be honest with you, everybody was talking. When I went to watch it, I was like, I love this. Jar Jar Binks was wild. It's crazy. But so were the fucking Ewoks, man. The Ewoks were, when that came out back then, it wasn't like people talk shit too. So I loved it.
Call it the
I
Muppets.
can't get enough, bro. Literally.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. And I'm adult enough to say, maybe this is not for me. It might be for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't like something, I'm not gonna be like, dude, you like that show? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they're like, they make shows for little kids. They make shows like Andor, which is amazing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
that's why I'm not good at reviewing stuff because everything is amazing to me. Like
Yeah.
I can't do a review show because I
Yeah,
like
I mean,
everything at all, man. Like I watch
I
all
hear
the
you.
and to me it's like, oh, this is so I I can't when people like hates a show, a TV show or movie, I can't relate to that because that's one thing that I can't like I can't roast a movie, I can't roast a Disney, Disney is gay, Disney is woke. Like I can't get into my brain doesn't get into that. I don't
That's a whole
I
the
only
level
see
of
what
thinking. Yeah.
yeah, I got blinders on. I only see the
Mhm.
screen, what's in front of me, and I enjoy that. So
I always say this real quick. A million people in the world, billions. India alone has like over 6 million people, right? How many people there use the spice curry? I do not like the spice curry. Are they all wrong? Because I don't like the spice curry. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's your personal taste. And then some people just feel the need, they got to project. I don't like this. You shouldn't like it either. And if you like it, you're a sucker or whatever the names they use these days. You know what I'm saying?
do you think people just
So,
make that up though? Do you think that people actually do like some of the Star Wars and that they just try to find something that they can use? And in
bro, I
reality, they're
see
probably sitting there, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, or do people just walk around like, oh, I just fucking hate Star Wars?
both. From my experience, excuse me, from my experience of smoking weed, I cough. No, but from my experience for being a YouTuber and doing shows with guys like you and stuff, I like to I like to know you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll listen to you first. I don't just see somebody, oh, I'm gonna jump on your show and then find out, yo, I don't like this fucking guy. I try to associate myself with people who I like. Do I get the views? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. My main thing is I enjoy doing this. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy doing this. So with that being said, I see people who what they call it rage bait, and I see people doing that. And I see people who've changed their formats. And then all of a sudden, they're trying to get that where it's like, I believe some people are that childish where they don't like something, they literally have to throw a fit. And I did a video when X-Men 97 came out, and I don't want to piss any of your fans, but I was doing a test. I did an angry rage bait, and I wrote angry YouTuber, angry at cartoon. You know, some stupid shit like that. And I basically did a reaction video to somebody's comments, and it was just about Storm, the way Storm dresses, the way she's dressed is a business suit, and that's a women power, and they're gonna try to demasculate you, whatever. And that was just my comment saying I don't agree with it. That's his opinion. That's his opinion. I got so many views on that, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. I rotate my videos also just to help with the algorithm and stuff, but that wasn't me. And I'm like, I don't want to be. I could easily do that, bro, and go on and and be like, why? First of all, let me tell everybody out there why I like Razor's show. And this is the number one thing. I do not like bullies. I cannot stand bullies. I've been banned from a lot of stuff for speaking my mouth just by making a comment. You know what I'm saying? I'm big toy guys.
Right.
Whatever. Blasting, analog toys. They're big dudes. I've gone up front with them. I've confronted them. I've got my receipts and everything, but they decide to block me and hide me instead of responding back. And
Really?
yeah. So it's like whatever. So, but there's other people I'm associated with that they don't like too. So sometimes, when you're at war, you gotta make deals with some people who, what is it? My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what is it now? My enemy's enemy is my new subscriber.
Enemy, my friend, yeah.
So, but
No, I hear you,
but
man.
I just don't like bullies. It's just why? Because I've been reading fucking comic books my whole entire life.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's a part of it, the way I was raised. And yeah, I got, I'm passionate and stuff like that. But I'm like, I see somebody going on YouTube on channels saying, F this guy, F this product. You guys should all go after him. This guy sucks. And just because one person didn't like something, they were trying to shut down this whole guy's business because one person complained. And then they had everybody on there. We're going to do a live stream and we have the guy here. So speak up for him. Somebody else is going to host the show. His other lackey. Somebody else is going to host the show. So they had somebody else host the show on his channel. Right. And one guy complained. And then the owners were like, yeah, we don't get full refunds, but we'll give you an exchange if you have a problem. And nobody else complained. So then the guy goes and makes a video on his Patreon saying, you guys are all losers, blah, blah, blah. You all talk macho. Blah, blah. What happened? Nobody agreed with you. And all of a sudden now you're yelling at everybody. I'm like, come on. You're a bully, bro. You're a bully.
And that's kind of the reason or the I don't say the reason, but kind of the imagination behind this little project that I have that I'm doing now on Sundays is I want to bring the community together. I don't want to say I want to be this guy that brings everybody together, but I want to have a day out of the week, Sunday, church, football, comic books, a day where it doesn't matter what our issues are. You know, a day that we can hash it out.
Ceasefire Sunday.
Ceasefire, man. Time out.
Ceasefire Sunday.
Come on, you can jump on. I had a circumstance in the chat earlier. I'm not sure he's watching anymore, but that's why I constantly keep putting the link in the stream because anybody can jump on. Anybody is more than welcome. I want everybody to know that I'm here. I do roast and I have fun. I put down in my description for comedic purposes only because that's what it is. It's just fun, man. Having a good time, and I do take shots at people, and I do have differences. That's obviously true, but this is show here on Sundays is to that way we can hash those out. We can come together as a community, share books. We can talk like we're doing now. Anybody can hang out, and hopefully we can avoid some of those jumping on Patreon, jumping on Discord, some of those miscommunications where I think he was talking about me, or I think he was sneak dissing, or we come on in, let's talk about it, and then enjoy our Sunday, man. And then that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be real chill, real positive. People start getting heated or whatever, we'll get rid of them because that's Niobe himself. If he wants to join on, come on in, bro. But it's going to be real chill, and we're all going to talk like adults. We're all going to get along. We're not going to start yelling at each other. There's not going to be this back and forth. And then when that happens, I'll shut it down, man, because I'm going to smoke. I'm going to chill. I'm going to share my comic books. And that's what that's what this stream is on every Sunday that I'm going to do. We're all going to come together. Anybody's invited, man. So I hope that you yourself and something that people that maybe don't want to watch football and maybe just want to hang out, talk comic books, we can do that. It's not just all about football. Just something else to do to come together on Sunday. Yeah. What do you think, man? Is that that is a very, let me tell you, good idea, or nobody's going to show up?
It takes time. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. It takes time. And not everybody is able just to get on a camera and start bullshitting right away. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember that also. That some people, I'm like, God, I set up interviews and I'm like, damn, why did they cancel? And I said, well, maybe they're just camera shy. I had a lot of people tell me, hey, can we just do it over the phone? I'm like, so people just look at me? Come on, man.
Exactly.
But it is a great idea.
I talk a lot of shit, right? I mean, I talk a lot of shit. So I want to give people the opportunity to come on and, if they want to respond or they want to, give me some feedback. Because I'll be honest with you, people like Synthetic Panels and other people in the community have reached out. And I want to shout out Synthetic Panels. Check him out. Sub him up. He has that cool little, some people don't like it, the whole anime avatar that pops up and, the voice thing. I think it's cool. He does a cool little takes. He actually helped me out. The introduction that I do that pops up now in my videos, he actually did that for me for free. Yeah, man. He put that all together, shot it out to me, sent it to my Instagram. Was like, here, use it or don't. It's people like that, bro, in the community. Mm-hmm. Even though I do these kind of videos that they actually get it. They're like, there's something different. They understand. They reach out to me. People like Synthetic. He's reached out. People that I'm not going to mention, but people in the community like yourself have reached out to me, on the Instagram and say, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep producing content. I've got great feedback. I've got great advice from people that are, monetized, big people that I'm not going to name drop, but they've reached out to me, man. And if they reach out to me on my Insta, that's conversations I will never, you're not going to see me scrolling on YouTube, fucking going over Instagram conversations, bro. So that shit I keep in house. But I'll tell you what, damn it,
man, George sent me another dick pic again.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But what you're doing though is mad cool, brother. What you're doing is mad cool. You know what I'm saying? And I know, don't get me wrong. I'm very passionate about comic books, but I'm passionate about a lot of things, so I have to spread my time apart.
Right.
But people who are 100%, you know what I'm saying, you're fans and shit like that, and even like you say, yeah, you're roasting other people, but you're so jovial about it that it's entertaining. Which meaning you're not being malicious, you're not being a dick about it, you're not being, you're not telling people what to like.
Right.
You saying all your videos, you're like, hey, the video's over there if you want to go check it out. You're even promoting other people's stuff. So I think that's a good thing. You're doing a great thing. And it all comes down to, you told people, hey man, I'm having a good time. I want you to have a good time. If they can't have a good time, that's on them, I guess, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
how
on
come
them. So
your banner's not showing on the bottom? What's up with that?
I don't know. My internet's fucking your shit up.
No. Is that underneath brand or banners? Do you know how to switch that? I think that's on my end. Do you use StreamYard?
No, actually.
You don't, huh? I gotta fix that, man. I wanted your name to show up.
It's
so
too
that people know.
expensive to get rid of that watermark. My wife said, nope, not yet. You ain't got enough people.
The people know who to show, because the banner shows in the studio. 757 Hustle Show. I want to make sure my guy, gets his shot out. But
Reset the video.
reset
Reset the screens. Move the screens around. Maybe.
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah. Eject.
I know there's a way. Let's see. We got general, virtual background, layouts. Maybe that's the layout. I don't know.
How's your family feel about your channel?
Do
You
what
talk to
now?
them about it?
Say that again.
Do you talk to your family about your channel? Like, do they have interest in it, or they're like, Dad, I don't want to hear it?
My two oldest, man, I have my two oldest basically do their own thing. You know what I mean? They my oldest is on Insta, so she kind of follows me, knows what I'm doing. My middle one, like, legit doesn't even do the media. Like, she's not on Facebook, she's not on Instagram.
Nice. Oh, God bless.
Got her own house.
God
doing her own
bless.
thing. Yeah, so it's my youngest one that's in college that she knows what she's grew up on YouTube. Like, their whole life has been watching YouTube. She doesn't watch like cable. She doesn't watch TV. It's YouTube. That's her, that's her TV. So she knows what I'm doing and she loves it, man. I had a conversation with it, especially when I switched over to start doing more kind of drama. I guess you can say reporting content. And she thought that was pretty cool. She's like, "Oh, that's awesome." And especially when Whack Comics did the roast on me. I'm not sure if you've seen this video where Whack Comics does the
He's doing the laugh nonstop. Yeah.
Yeah. I sat there with her and thank you, Lisa, because I got to fix the banners, man. I don't know why that's not showing up. But yeah, she sat down and watched it with me and she laughed her ass off. My girls, you got to understand, man, they grew up in this household, bro. This Mexican household, hardcore. They're girls, man. So they fight. They lived in a 1-bedroom by themselves. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Sleeping on top of each other. So when they roast each other, they make each other cry, bro. They
I know,
tack. So they got that thick skin, man. And she seen that video, she was laughing her ass off. She couldn't. It's hard to make them laugh. And she seen that shit, she was dying, bro. She loved it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's good.
She was
It's
catching
good.
the Easter eggs when he ran out of water and he tried to do the drink and he had any more. She's like, "Look, he ran out of water. Look, did you see that?" I'm like, Are you catching the Easter eggs?"
I'll get from my family members. I'm the same thing. I'm half Colombian, and I'm half Greek, and half Italian, and quarter this, quarter that. I'm a big old mix. And then, but most of my Colombian family, I'm like, God, I got like fucking 4,500 people just here. If they all just click on my video, I could be rich. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then they'll click on something. I'm like, hey, Georgie, what the fuck's wrong with you? Or, hey, Georgie, why you got that homeless guy on? I had that buddy of mine. I talked to him I talked to him on YouTube like I'm talking to you, and he had a big ass beard, whatever. And then my cousin's like, yo, why do you got that homeless guy? We did a thing. Remember those books of reading, which got me into reading comic books, got me into reading books, was the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah. Oh man, those were the best. And you flip to the page and it would be a different ending.
Yes. So I made one and I did one. I got the video on my channel, Choose Your Own Adventure, Rambo story. I had the Rambo music playing in the background, whatever. So we're doing it, whatever. And we had some laughs, but my man chooses to look like that. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And my cousin, I sent him he's like, yo, I never see your stuff when you post. Just send it to me on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I sent him the thing, and like the response, where's this homeless guy you got? You know what I'm saying? And then he thought he was in my house, and he didn't realize it was He thought I had double cameras on or something like that, not over the internet. So,
Yeah,
bro, you got the guy in your house, bro? I'm like, damn, dude. I'm like, I just wanted the light, the view.
exactly.
Support is always good, man. Support is always good. I like promoting people. I like talking. I like having a good time. I feel hating. A lot of stuff has happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel don't wasting too much energy on anger and hate is just the way. My wife almost died a few years ago, so that changes your perspective on life a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know, I will knock you the fuck out if you get in my face and disrespect me. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I just that's just in self-defense. I'm all about people always ask me, what's the
about your
channel
wife,
about?
bro.
What's the
That's
channel
horrible,
about?
man. I mean,
Yeah.
that will change your perspective on
Yeah. You know,
anything.
it's like a lot of stuff happened, and then it changed. Exactly. It's like, why am I gonna fucking argue with this guy? Just keep scrolling. You know, just keep scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Just or I didn't like this guy's video. I don't need to go and comment and I disagree with you. Captain America is way stronger. Blah 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 blah. You know, like I don't need to get into that unless I'm defending somebody's honor or respect, or if I'm defending somebody. But my channel, your channel, I love it. You're having a good time. You're promoting. You're passionate about what you like. You know what I'm saying? And I like that same thing. If you look at my channel like yours, you have different topics. It's not every video is just the same. Boom, boom. It's not just all reaction videos. It's not just all box opening videos. It's not just all this video. You have different segments for your channel, which I love, which I try to do too. Do a little bit of this. I try to do something original. I've tried doing Family Feud, you know, which I would love to have you on and do. I got a lot of cool stuff in store for you. I've been thinking about. I think we'll have a blast with you.
Family Feud, man. That's fun. I love Family Feud.
Yeah, we did Star Wars Family Feud. I've had I started doing this. My wife was ill right before COVID. So when she came home from the hospital, I was a caretaker. So right before COVID started, we were quarantined already like for a year and a half already. You know what I'm saying? So then COVID happened. So then I started broadcasting on Facebook Live. YouTube was never my thing. I had a lot of friends and family on Facebook. So I started going live on Facebook. I had nobody on YouTube. I would watch YouTube, but me broadcasting, and then I had a band. So we would broadcast, my band would play live on Facebook and everything. So I had burlesque dancers doing shows. I had cosplay.
Nice.
You know, I did a lot of cool stuff that I enjoyed it. I grew up. I always wanted to be an entertainer. I always wanted to be into broadcasting. I did radio growing up in New York. I worked at Channel 5 for real small time. I worked at, in other places. So broadcasting, entertaining, that's, game show host. That's always been stuff I like to do, So this is my outlet, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is my outlet. I go on YouTube. I see something I like. The last comic book content thing I did was I released a thing about the He-Man and Ninja Turtles. But prior to that was a comic book that came out last year, Justice League versus Godzilla.
Yeah, I love that. Bro.
Yeah. So I did I clipped videos and then images, and I went through it and get my reaction and stuff like that. So comic books will always be my gateway to this passion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Comic books will always be, because of Super Friends, comic books introduced me to everything that's superheroes, that what we know today. You know what I'm saying? What we know today as, I don't know, what geek? What's the word for it? Culture, pop culture, geek culture, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah. And what's funny is, man, I brought my my daughter, with my middle one, and her friend to a while back to a comic book shop. And they're completely not into they make fun of shit like that. You know what I mean? So I remember trying to get them into it, and I brought them to a comic book shop when I was looking through stuff. And they were playing, I think, like Magic the Gathering or one of these fucking trading card games. You know, they sit there and there's a whole group of them.
Nerds playing cards.
Right? And you gotta imagine, man, where my kid, they went, that way, they're all the way they grew up, man. You gotta imagine these young Mexican girls, teenage, while walking in with them, and they don't know any shit about comic books. They're not into any of this superhero shit. They're watching YouTube and doing their thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get them introduced to a hobby, and I bring them in there. My kids have no fucking filter, man. They're like me, and they're like, my middle one goes, she tells her friend, she goes, "Look at these fucking nerds." And then her friend goes, the friend goes, "Is this what they do all day?" All loud, dude, in the middle of the comic book shop. I was like, "Oh, God damn it, just go wait in the car. Let me look through some."
You like this? You like this? Chite mija, no diga eso.
While they're scrolling on their phone. It's hilarious, bro. I'll die.
Let me just add to that story. I was in Japan 2 years ago. We went to Japan last year, 2 years ago. We went to Japan. We were in one of the toy sections where it's just all buildings of toys. Just every floor is like a flea market of toys, toy stores, whatever. So there was one section, they were all playing Pokemon cards. Dude, they were intense, bro. They were like you said, when you go into comic book shops and they're playing the cards. So, but these Japanese guys, man, they had them all. I'll end the story real quick. And then they had the Japanese guys, and I was filming them. And because I came from behind from the guy, homeboy was like, like that. I'm like, sorry, I'm just filming you. He's so intense and everything. And and my wife's like, God damn nerds, even in Japan. I'm like, baby, they invented this shit, So, hey, folks, I know it took up a lot of your time. Razor, thank you for having me. And we're going to be in touch. I definitely want to have some fun with you. If it involves a freak off or a comic book, whatever, we definitely need to get together. And I want to thank Auto Razor's fans for letting me BS with him here. I actually got to go get dinner started for the family. So peace out, like and subscribe. Check out Razor. Check out all his buddies that support him, support each other. Remember, what is it? No. Damn it. What we said Sunday?
What do we say? Sunday? What do you mean?
What we're calling it Sunday. My bad. I forgot I said it. I thought of it before. I couldn't remember now. So Ceasefire Sunday. Ceasefire Sunday.
Ceasefire Sunday.
Ceasefire Sunday. There you go. There you go. Oh.
Yeah, sub my guy up. 757 Hustle Show. George, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Yeah,
thank you. Everybody be safe, man. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for letting me take the boy's time. Peace. Peace out, everybody.
Mastodon.
Hello.
Mastodon. What's up, brother? Am I saying that right, man?
Yeah.
Good to meet you, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro. What are you up to?
Just chilling on a Sunday.
Yeah. Are you into football, or do you watch football at all?
Not pro, not the NFL.
Yeah. So you know what? I can watch football, but I'm the kind of guy that I'm not like, I'll have it on in the back. Like I can, like, it'll be just in the back and I can do other things. I'm not like I have to be in front of the TV and, watching I don't have to be immersed in it. You know what I mean? I can have it as a background. Yeah. So that's what I can do, man. I'll put it in the background. I can actually get shit done. Not like today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get through these books today, but I can actually bag and board, you know what I mean? And sit there and sift through my books. Do you collect modern comic books at all? Or are you an older collector?
Yes. And it's mostly indie stuff. So like the only book I have on my pull list right now is Department of Truth, and that seems to be touch and go whether it's released or not. So
that's what you're actively. So you don't collect like Batman or Spider-Man or anything like that at all. Just Department of Truth.
Yep.
Why is that? Do you not get into the superheroes? Something happened?
I was. And I just got played out on it.
What happened?
It got boring. It's too much. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
I can't follow all of them. It's just too much, especially on New Comic Book Day. I just can't follow everything. So I narrowed it down just to the two major ones: Batman, Spider-Man, and like I was saying, I'm going to consolidate everything else and only pick up like series, like, a 6-issue series or 12-issue series, something that I can read to completion rather than having to follow a storyline over time. You know what I mean? That's a lot, man, to invest, money in and time in. Do you read omnibus? Are you an omnibus guy?
I read more trade paperbacks than omnibus, mostly because of, price wise, they're a little pricey, but
yeah, I was looking into possibly picking up the Spider-Man 2099 omnibus, the that first volume, and then when I go to, because I'm like, man, I want to see what this hype is about. So and I go to the LCS because they have it there, and this thing is huge, man. It's huge. I think it was like $200, like 100 and something. It was up there. It wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I got to pay $200 for an encyclopedia that I have to, read at a dinner table. I can't just sit back at my couch
Yeah, you're not going to
like I
sit
am
there
right
like this
now.
with it.
Yeah, and the guy at the LCS was like trying to sell me on it, like, this is what collectors are collecting. You get the full volume. You don't have, and then I was like, man. So I'm like, and I see these videos that do well. Their unboxing of their Omni, like people are really into Omnibus. That shit's expensive for one. I can't afford it, and I don't know what to do with a big encyclopedia. It just doesn't appeal to me. You know what I mean? I I don't know. I couldn't do it. Even the trade paperbacks, I don't mind, but I stopped even buying those because
Yeah.
it's not the same. I don't get the same feel.
My problem is finding the I got to be in the mood anymore to read comic books. I don't know what happened. I sit there, I'll read a book and then I won't read the next one until, a month from now or something, it's
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that you forget what you've read a month ago. That's why I don't do New Comic Book Day anymore. My pull list, man, on New Comic Book Day was around $100 a week. A week, man.
wow.
Batman, Spider-Man. I was doing like the Blue Beetle at the time. I was doing like everything Batman and Robin. Batman. What's the Batman and Superman one? World's Finest.
Oh yeah,
World's
yeah.
Finest. That was on the pull list. So I had like 6 titles that were for sure I was pulling at least every week, and then all the new shit that I wanted to read. So it was around 80 to $100 every week, bro. I was like, oh, I can't. This is getting.
I was like that when I first got back into it. I got back in when Rebirth was in.
Yeah.
And I had just about every freaking book from Rebirth. Plus, I was getting a couple of X books, and it's like after a while, it just got to be too much. And
it hit me. I think it was
too much.
I think it was October of last year when Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees came out. I think that's when it came out.
Yeah.
Because that's when it hit me when I went to go pick up my pull list, and I was getting Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. I added it because I missed number 1. I was like, shit, I need to get on it. I go pick up the next month, and it was like $120 some when I went to check out. I was like, you know what? I can't do this no more, man.
Yeah.
I just can't spend $120 a week on new comic books. And then my stack was nice. I would read it. The next month would roll around, and I would forget what the hell I read. I'm like, what the hell? What was the story again? So it's easier for me just to actually pick up. Wait for them to actually, come out after a month or two, and then I go on the claim shows like Cheap Comic Collector. I had him on earlier. I'll go on his show. You ever checked out Cheap Comic Collector and you buy any books from him? He does his claim sales.
No, I've never. When he came on earlier, I was like, I know that guy from somewhere. Yeah. And then when he said he gets on Psychotronics, I was like, that's where I know him from.
yeah, he does his on Saturday, $2. So I will pick up I'll go on his claim show, or I'll go on Whatnot, and I'll pick up the runs or eBay of books. What I would do is I would watch Comic Corner 2.0, right? Mm-hmm. And I go back like a year, and I would see what came out a year ago on his show, and he would do that, his after the poll or the hot 10 list, and I would watch those recommendations, and then those are the books that I would go out and get. That's how amateur collecting I am. I'm like, okay, Murder World sounds cool. He broke that down, so I went out and I got Murder World. So I was like, all right, this sounds cool. So that's what I'll do is I'll watch his show. I'll go back a year, and then I'll start. All right, this gives me ideas of what I want to read. Radioactive Man, fire from Perry Comics. What to do, Perry? At Niobe. Got it, Niobe. If you want to jump on Niobe again, this is safe zone, man. It's Sunday. I think our boy George said it best. It's Ceasefire Sunday. You got it. And if anybody else wants to promote their channel or their stream, then go ahead and pop it in the chat, man. We're all good. It's cool, man. Everybody's just hanging out, having a good time. Yeah, I got my Radioactive Man. I'm gonna keep that. Have you read any of the Three Stooges? Have you did any of these 3D gimmicks? I'm gonna keep them. I like them. I'm gonna hold on to them. On Sundays, do you bag and board? What do you do on Sundays? You normally read comic books?
Normally, see, for a while, that's what I did. And then when I hit that rut of not being in the mood to read, I just sit around and watch movies or do some odd stuff around the house. And
I just read. I gotta get through another stack, man. I gotta get through these. I just read the first issue of Love and Rockets. Like I finally got to that, and it is unbelievable, man. Like if you have not read any Love and Rockets and you're into indie books, have you read any Love and Rockets Fantagraphics?
no,
Los Bro Hernandez, man, Jamie Gilbert, those guys. If you haven't read any Love and Rockets, bro, and you're into independent comic books, those guys are pretty much the groundwork for independent books. They're the first time that you're going to see the words homeboy. It's the first time you're going to see the words puto that's been ever used in comic books. It's in the first issue. They use the word puto. Issue number 3 is the first time homeboy was ever introduced in a comic book. Really cool artwork. You know, they talk about, queer stuff, gay stuff. It's the first time that's actually ever mentioned in comic books in the early 80s. Guys are like 18, 19, 20 years old. Real punk rock stuff. It's really cool, man. If you haven't read Love and Rockets, there's a PBS special called SoCal, the Great American Comic Book, Love and Rockets. I highly suggest that you watch that. And if once you watch that, man, if you're like me, you're gonna go down this rabbit hole, and you're gonna get on eBay, and you're gonna want to buy everything that has to do with Love and Rockets because it's that good, man. I'm telling you, you'll enjoy it. Especially if you're into independent books. And if you haven't watched my unboxing video of Love and Rockets, go watch the unboxing video of Love and Rockets. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Lisa Noble, Steven Spock, what it do, my guy? Steven Spock is one of those guys that actually does watch my unboxing videos. So I appreciate Steven Spock because he does stop by and he gives me good feedback all the time. So does Lisa. Missed you coming in, was grab and takeout. No worries. We're still here. It's football still on. We're not going anywhere. We still got another hour. Steven Spock, what do you got going on? I know I got to pour me up some coffee, man. I got to get a refill. I'm probably going to have Mastodon fill some dead air for me while I get up and refill here in a minute.
no
If you don't mind, Mastodon. I never knew we had fire in the first place. Yeah, you make it hang out, man. I got to grab me a jug of water real quick. Do you mind taking over for me, brother?
Sure. I don't have anything to show.
You got some books you can show off?
Maybe. Let me go grab some.
Yeah, cool. That way I can refill because I'm over here chewing on ice. Niobe, if you want to come on, man, and you want to show your books off, bro, because I know you have your own comic book thing, and you said number 3 is coming out. Let me scroll up. Because, again, this is Ceasefire Sunday. So let's get Niobe here. Niobe says, get Niobe on your pull list. Niobe Outbreak, number 3, out October 9th at Comic Book Shop. So there you go, bro. We'll get your plug in there. You're more than welcome to come on. Now, while Mastodon's doing his thing, we're going to put Mastodon's link. Thank you, Lisa, because I don't know how to figure out how to show the damn banners on the bottom. And I'm going to grab me a bottle of water, and I'll be back, guys. Thank you, brother.
All right. Well, to help raise or fill some dead air, I just grabbed a random box. I'm kind of in the transition phase, building a. Obviously, you can see unfinished comic book room, but there's some Baron Werewolf. I can't remember who did this cover. I'm not sure. I don't remember. A little bit of Heap. Reprint. Independent Kickstarter, Back the Heel, Screwjob. About wrestling. Guy goes ape shit. He's got the devil in him. There's issue 2. That little dude there is his trainer. Issue 3. That's the devil coming out. There's a demon coming out of him. And I believe these guys are from Pittsburgh to Cleveland area. Chris Cisco. This is the Hawk and Dove miniseries, Liefeld. Here's a classic. A little bit of Wally Wood. Horror House. Anybody who's not familiar with Luis Dominguez, I'm a big fan of Luis Dominguez, so that's a mystery. A little live vampire for you. There's another classic. As you can tell, this is my vein is kind of Bronze Age horror. Though I do try to collect older stuff. Currently working on Sergeant Fury. Rights and House of Secrets. Kaluta. This one, I can't remember. I'm not sure if this is Rights or not. I can't remember. Somebody in the know might be able to tell me. I know this is Wrightson because it says it's got his. Where is it? Over here. Got his handiwork right there. There's his big old Wrightson signature. This, I believe, is Nick Cardy. That's the Secrets. Boy, that's fucking light. Hopefully, I can get my lighting figured out. Great House of Secrets cover that I picked up from none other than C. Woodard. I hope I filled some dead air for you, buddy.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that, man. Refilled, got a bowl, got a water, and we got somebody new that's joining us for the first time on Razor Comics. We're going to bring him into the stage right now.
Oh,
Iobi,
whoa.
what's going on, my guy?
It's me.
It's you.
It's me. Hopefully my power won't go out and my mom won't come down here and yell at the stream.
Oh, it's Ceasefire Sunday, man. We're not even.
Oh, come on, man. That
today.
shit was the funniest thing I ever saw on the internet. Look, I laughed my ass off so bad the other night. And then when he came back on and did the reenactment of it, that was even funnier. And then today he came on again for a third time and then basically waved his white flag. It was the best stuff ever.
Yeah, man. I seen that, bro. Like, I mean, I I know he's not going to join this show, so I guess we can
please
talk about
do. Stick.
you know,
Send the invite.
Sunday. You know, I didn't want to get too much in it.
And I know this is a different sort of show, so I'll keep it brief with the Sticky Goose stuff. But when you bring on someone as slick as Comic Tom, someone that can literally talk circles around you, after all the bears that were poked, what did he expect? You know?
Yeah, that I mean, I think a little bit has to do with arrogance. You know, once you are so good at something and people tell you that you're really good, you know, that they love you, that you're awesome, and you hear that a lot, and the numbers speak, you know, for that. You get kind of comfortable. You get a, like I say, again, you know, in these live streams, these big hats, they get real comfortable, and that's what happens. You get arrogant, you get real comfortable, you don't do your research, you don't necessarily take the time to properly set up your questions, and then that's what happens to you, man. You don't have a moderator, somebody that can actually, say, hey, like Jim was saying, Jim Mint, when he did his take on it, he made a very valid point. Somebody should have been there that can say, hey, shut the fuck up, Comic Tom. Let Sticky finish his point. So he kind of fucked himself, man. You know what I mean?
Well, he said to himself, he was looking for someone to humble him, right? He said that I was picking fights to finally come up to someone who, in his arrogance and the ego, to match me. Well, he got matched. It was like Mike Tyson fighting, I don't know, some random noob. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, Comic Con did a great job, man. I actually bought a box because he did so great.
well, let's talk comics, man. Let's talk.
He
comics.
sold me, man. You know what I mean?
He sold a
that's
lot
what
of
he's
people.
on there
Look,
to do, right?
I never watched this content before. I usually found it kind of dry. Like, here's another top 10 list. Here's this. Here's that. I mean, I'm more inclined to watch Razor Comics than I am Comic Tom because you're actually entertaining, right? Like you said, earlier on the broadcast I was watching, you were talking about, like I keep it in good humor, and it's usually a smile on your face. Very rarely, I don't know if ever, have I ever seen you lose your temper.
Right. Yeah.
No,
not at all, man. There's nothing that could be said that's gonna make me lose. Like I'm starting to get to the point now where I do get a lot of love from the community, but there are some of those comments like, hey Tubby, you should be more worried about diabetes and hey you fat fuck. I'm getting those now. So
that comes with the territory. Look, I've been doing this for a long time myself, over a decade now, right?
Yeah,
I've seen it all come. I've seen it all go.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Drama in this community is nothing new. It's been going on since the time of its conception. It will continue.
Yeah, and that's why I'm doing this on Sundays, right?
Ceasefire Sunday. I like the name. You literally should use that name.
Yeah, he came up with a good name. George killed it, man. Yeah, Ceasefire Sunday, right? Because there is so much drama. There's too much of it, to be honest.
Now, I've seen people attempt this before, right? Where let's bring everyone together sorts of streams, and they work out for a bit until one guy comes in and ruins it all.
Yeah, somebody will start. And that's the thing, man. Once that happens, I'll just cut him out.
Just cut him. Like here's the thing that happened with Sticky Goose. He allowed someone else to dictate the pace of his stream.
Right.
You can't do that, right? If I came on here and run rough shock all over this place, you should immediately kick me.
Yeah, shut it down. But yeah, like that's the whole concept is like I'm gonna, this football is how many months, so I'm gonna be here. This is what I do, man. This is my Sunday, so why not bring the community in, whether people want to show up or not? I'll fucking sit here by myself with you and Cheap Comic Collector and George.
You gave me the invite about 3 times to come on. I'm like, you know what? If I don't actually accept this, people are gonna think that I'm scared or something.
No, man, you're good. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Like I said, you can promote your comic book or whatever you want to do, and I hope other people do the same. Well,
I would show you comic books if I wasn't bare chested right now and haven't showered yet.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Like I'm a night hawk, right? Like I did like it must have been an 8-hour stream, and I forgot to shut off my stream last night. It was hilarious, right?
Yeah.
So I did a stream. We went over the Goose stuff. We went over some stuff that was going on in the indie comic scene. Then we played some Tekken, and then I just let the stream go. I didn't even know. It's down now. I mean, there was nothing there to see. It was just me listening to a bunch of comic book videos as I was fucking playing Final Fantasy sort of stuff. But
right. Right.
Yeah.
Like my Rangers right now are about to score again. It's 20.
Yeah, are they winning?
20-16, man. Fourth quarter.
There you go.
It started.
But I'm a comic book guy. I mean, obviously we're all comic book guys. We wouldn't be in this crazy world of YouTube and talking comics if we weren't, comic book guys from the start, right?
Yeah.
My question for you is, how long have you been collecting comics, and what got you into the whole scene? And the second part of that question would be, what made you decide that you want to start making YouTube videos about it?
No, man. Good question. What I started collecting when once my relationship ended and I moved out and started living alone.
It's a lonely hobby, right?
Yeah. So that's what happened. Like I said, I tell the story, I'm 45, relationship for over 20 years. So once that ended, I moved out, got my own place, my own apartment, right? And I needed something to do, man. You can only drink and hang out and do that so much. I didn't have a hobby. Like there was nothing going on in my life once my kids moved out and once my relationship was over. And I didn't. I found myself not having anything to do because my whole life at the time was just raising kids, going to work, coming home, drinking a tall can or two, coming home, drinking, smoking, playing video games, going to bed. Repeat, wake up, repeat. You do that, then you hang out on the weekends with the family, barbecue, hang out with the kids, do that for years. When that all ended, because my kids are all grown now and it's time to move on and do, do my thing now. I didn't have nothing to do, man. I felt I was back into that same thing, drinking, watching TV, playing video games, and there was nothing going on in life, bro. So I had to find something. I had to get a hobby, right? I had to find
Sure.
something to do, or else I'd be sitting here drinking right now, smoking, and just falling asleep on the
I
couch.
come over and drink with Razor. It'd be wild.
Yeah. So
A
the
Canadian and
hobby,
a Mexican, man, walk into a bar,
yeah. So the hobby pretty much kind of gave me something to do other than just, smoking and drinking all the time. So once I started going to the LCS, I got into the new comic book day
Okay,
stuff.
let's pause there. You started going to the LCS. Like,
Yeah.
had you liked comics before, like while you were drinking, while you were raising these kids, while you were having a good time? Like, did you still have like a box of comics somewhere, or did like the comics come out of nowhere for you? Like, how did you
No,
actually
man.
get into comics?
When I would casually collect. So every once in a while, but while I was in my relationship and raising kids and living life and working, I would casually go to the LCS every once in a while, pick up a trade paperback, pick up a new issue or two, and I would have a little stack. So I did have a little stack of comic books, nothing big, and that I don't even know where it's at now.
What was your jams? Like you mentioned Batman, Spider-Man, were some of those the initial things that you were buying?
I didn't have one. So I started buying trade. I was asking LCS owners, and that's why I do the shows that I do. That's what got me into YouTube because I didn't know what to collect, and I tried to consume as much content on YouTube, and I tried to ask questions. And
Did YouTube get you into collecting comics? I guess that's a better question I should ask. Like, were you
it
watching
helped.
YouTube videos and you're like, you know what, I want to start doing this? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it definitely did because I would watch the unboxings and I would watch DJ Links do his thing, and I was like, man, that's so fun. I would literally buy comic books online, eBay, mystery boxes, Instagram things, Instagram shit, just so I could open up and pretend like I was DJ Links and open up for reals, bro. Open up. I know it sounds funny, right? I would sit here, I would nerd out, I would clear out my space. My package would, I would come home, my package would be there. I would sit there, I would open it up. I'd pretend like I'm Links. I would actually pull up the value of each. I would go to a hip comic, right? I would scan the comic book. I would see, I would see what the prices are, and I would see if I actually got more value than what I paid for. I did that, I that got me into collecting, man. And then just trying to figure out what I should collect, what's cool, what's actually worth something. So that's why I do the live unboxings. That's why I invite everybody in because I don't know. I want to learn, and everybody here knows more about me. So why not ask the community?
Well,
You know what I
your
mean?
story is very interesting because it's not the first time I've heard that tale where, someone's been watching some YouTube and they like what they see and they want to be a part of it, right? That's sort of normal. I've seen a lot of people get into the hobby because of that. I seen it back in 2014 when we were streaming with Chris. I've seen it now, well, not now, about 4 years ago when COVID happened, because a lot of people had a lot of time on their hands. They had a little extra money. They had a lot of time on their hands. And hey, if I'm going to go break into YouTube, this might be a good time to do it while I'm sitting around, with time to kill, right?
Exactly. Right. And then it's fun. I have fun doing the videos. It's fun for me to sit here and put a video together to write down comedy, something I used to do in high school. I used to get picked on because I was a guy that came from the neighborhood, but still liked to be involved in drama class. You know what I mean? I still like to be involved in comedy, art, shit
So
like
you and
that.
I got something in common then.
I did
I
too,
mean, we probably
play.
have a lot in common, but
I was Pablo the reindeer from Mexico. I played Pablo the reindeer from Mexico. So
I'm the only kid that went to a school meant for the trades and only took the arts.
no,
right? I
man.
took every
I
art
had to
class
figure
there
it out.
was, and then I did theater arts, which is exactly what you described, drama. You're up on the stage, you're in the play. Yeah, that's me, man.
Yeah, bro. So shit like that. That stuff all stuck with me. And growing up, I was I was into shit like that, and putting together these type of videos. It's fun to me because it takes me back to when I was in high school, and I miss out on those days because I should have did more of it. I should have applied myself more back then,
Well,
right?
allows you to, express some creativity, right?
Yeah,
In the way that you would maybe script a video, present a video. It's a creative outlet, and on top of that, you mentioned there's just a social aspect of it, right? I would never know a Razor Comics if it wasn't for the internet, right? We take the internet so much for granted, but I'm 49 years old, so I remember a time before the internet.
yeah.
And what we look at as reality today was science fiction in the 80s. If I ever thought as a 14-year-old kid that when I'm 49, I'm going to be on someone's live comic book stream talking to him via view screen like Star Trek as a 2D South Park avatar, I would have laughed my ass off.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so much that we take for granted.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was saying earlier about the Star Wars thing, same thing. We take a lot of that for granted. To me, when I was a kid, I didn't have any Star Wars. So any Acolyte, any spin-off that comes out, it's awesome to me. Where everybody else shits on it, like, oh, let's.
Well, that's because we're
man,
cynical, right?
I
We're
didn't have any of
jaded,
this.
I remember when the prequels came out and I shit all over those. And that was like, right around the dawn of the internet really sort of coming into its own, right? So,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, had like Twitter existed when I saw, the prequels, especially the Phantom Menace. Oh man, Kathleen Kennedy, would have hated me, but of course she wasn't in charge then. It was George Lucas. But
Let me ask you
ask me anything you like.
about your comic book.
Okay. I mean, that's the last thing I you could ask me about, but sure. And the reason
Well,
why
I
I
wanna
say
know
that
about
is
your
because
comic
I
book, like,
talk about my comic book all the time, right? And it's not that I don't like doing it. It's just, sometimes I come on these streams and like the last thing I do want to talk about is that because I want to talk about what people collect and what people buy, because you mentioned something very interesting. You mentioned a lot of things that were interesting. The two I'll pick out was the price that you were paying for comic books every week, about $100, right? And the fact that you brought in your young ones and they just didn't get it, right? And that's the biggest problem in comic books that we face right now, especially like coming from the point of view of a creator, is that we fear that our industry is dying because we don't know how to get the younger generation into comics. We don't know what they want, and they look at it and they'll see comic books as something that my dad buys or that's in my grandfather's attic, and it's just not for them. And we're trying to figure out how to turn that around.
Right, right. Yeah, man. That's a good question. I don't know how. That's
I mean,
you.
I would suggest just flat out asking them, like, that next time you're talking with someone younger, whether it's your children or someone else, right? Just say, hey, man, what is it about comic books that just doesn't appeal to you? And see what they say. Like, do they read manga? Would be my next question.
Yeah, no, not at all. My youngest one is going to be the only one, and she does not read manga. She rather read. She If it's between comic books and manga, she would read it if she has a choice. The only comic book she reads is Sonic because she's into Sonic, like she's
Right.
into that character. So she picks that up. But other than that, man, she doesn't, she likes watching the anime, but she doesn't like reading, manga. Weird, huh?
Is
Like she
it
likes to watch it, but doesn't like to read it.
maybe it's like maybe kids just don't like to read. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that might be it. Like
comic books
it's a
anymore,
chore
man.
to read. Like I remember,
Yeah.
if you put a textbook in front of me when I was like 14 years old at school, it's a dry read and it's a long read and it was boring. you know,
Yeah, but not only that, but when I go to the LCS, all I see is grown men. Like the only kids that I
Correct.
see are the ones that are at like I said, at they're playing the trading card games,
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering and shit like that.
Yeah.
Those where I see the kids at, they're into the
Mhm.
games. The comic books they're grown men.
Are they?
You know what I mean?
Is because you asked another question. You asked this fine gentleman that's on stream with us, and I don't know your name, sir, but hello. You asked
Hello.
this gentleman what he buys for comics. You asked him, does he buy omnibuses? And he answered with the word trades, right? And the problem is omnibuses and trades are cool, but without the single issues, those never get made because those are a collection of work, right?
Right.
And so in order for those trades and omnibuses to continue to get made, we need to continue to make single issues, because the way that the comic book industry actually works is, as much as people say, and I've heard this ad nauseum, that I only read trades or omnibuses. And my answer to them every time is, well, what happens to those trades and omnibuses if single issues stop getting made? Because these things are a collection of work, right? The
Yeah.
way that the LCS operates is you need foot traffic in there every week. Every week, something new needs to be coming out on Wednesday to continue people to come in to buy. If that stops, production definitely slows down. The LCSs close up shop, and comic books become almost a thing of the past or just part of the sort of digital landscape. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, exactly,
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
I mean, and like we had George on earlier from was it from 747? I keep forgetting his name of his show, but he made a good point too that he doesn't even pick up comic books anymore. Like when he reads his comic books, it is
Yeah.
digital.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, and that's a trip for me from coming from an older cat. You know, he's like my age, he's 49. I prefer a floppy comic book, but even you know, us older guys now just don't have the time or don't have the storage, and you know, when we do read, it's just it's digital. And I'm hearing that a lot more, not only from George, but from people like at work and
The
others.
problem with digital, you know, it's a great way to get people into it, right? Like, hey, you know, go to Global Comics, you can read our stuff for free, that sort of thing. Or it's a cheap way for people to buy comics if they're international, right? Because it lowers on the shipping.
Right.
When we do our Kickstarter campaigns, we definitely have a digital tier. And what we've noticed is in my last campaign, 42% of backers all went for the digital option, which was shocking to me. And that doesn't bring in a lot of money, right? Because we make our money through the printed product. We make money
Mhm.
through selling high-end variables, foiled covers, collectibles, if you will. And the readers, the pure people who just want to consume the content, like it's like the way you would buy an Archie digest back in the day. You know, you wouldn't really keep care of those things. You just buy them, read them, you know, toss them. You know what I mean? Where comic books isn't so much like that, because another thing that you brought up was you were collecting, and one of the things that you said that you would do is you would scan the comic to see what it was worth, to see if you actually made a value, monetary value from it, right? And a lot of people don't understand that that's a huge aspect of collecting comics, you know, on top of just wanting to read them, right? There is that monetary value to it. You know, when Sticky Goose made that video and said it's all about the money, he's wrong, but in a way he's right. Like it depends on the person and the reasons why someone collects. Some people do collect solely out of an investment sort of scenario where if they're smart, they buy low, they sell high, they can make a few bucks doing this on the side, you know?
Don't tell me
Some
you don't tell me you never pretended like you were DJ Leaks doing an unboxing video just like I'm doing now. You never
Well, I mean, I
sat in your living room and did just like
Yeah.
I'm doing
Yep.
now.
I
used to
got
do 'em.
videos of me 10 years ago.
Mastodon, have you done this?
Yeah,
We've all done
I used to do that all the time.
I used to do that all the time.
All the
right?
time.
Let me do it.
I don't know who
Here's my
DJ
Leaks.
Links is, so I can't say I copied him, because I was doing this in 2014, doing exactly what you're doing now, right? So
This is fire, son.
fire.
I forgot how he does it. and then he will have like three different camera angles of the same comic book. I love that. It'll be
Well,
this
that
way.
requires 3 cameras.
It'll be this way, right? And then it'll be the side shot like this for a minute, and then it'll come back. It'll be like a mug shot, and then it'll come back to the other side.
Yeah.
And then it'll be back to the front comic. He got 3 different camera angles for the same fucking comic book.
Something like that isn't hard to set up if you're using OBS. Like when I broadcast, I use open broadcast software. It's what a lot of video game content creators will use when they do their live streams and things of that nature. And what I do is I filter my StreamYards through it. I don't even go live on StreamYards. You know, I don't pay for StreamYards. They only give you so many hours a month. And I say, well, you know, I know how to get around that little problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so with OBS, you're able to set up those multi-cameras and
OBS is a pain in the ass, Niobe, and you know it. It's a pain
No,
in
it's
the
great.
ass.
What are you talking about?
It's a pain. It's not as easy as it's not as easy as StreamYard. With
No.
StreamYard, I can literally just fucking drop, drag,
But
boom.
StreamYard's very limited in what it can do, right? It only has so many bells and whistles, you know?
Yeah, I don't need all those bells and whistles.
Oh, I do. I gotta have
Oh yeah, because obviously, I got to get some more light, guys. I'm using the natural light, so I gotta come back, guys. I'm sorry. Fill
No, you're good.
the dead air.
So, whoa.
Razor, I'm actually going to drop out. I got to go get something to eat.
I'm
All
going
right,
to pull a
Naomi's gonna
Comic
have to fill
Tom.
the dead air. Sorry, Naomi.
Guys,
you're gonna have to
buy
fill-
my mystery boxes. They're 5 comics each, $39.99 plus $50 shipping. No, I'm kidding. What you could do though is, since I do have the floor, Niobe Outbreak number 3 does come out on October 9th at comic book shops. If your comic book shop deals with Diamond, and most do, you're able to order our books. We're published through Antarctic Press, which is a company that's been around for 40 years. They're actually celebrating their 40th anniversary in 2025 with the convention. I will not be at the convention because I'm in Canada, and it costs a lot of money for me to travel to the US and stay in San Antonio, Texas. But if you are in that area, I would definitely suggest in March 15th, you go to the Antarctic Press comic book convention and have yourself a good time. You know, being published is really, really cool. We started with Kickstarter. We still do Kickstarter. In fact, I have a new Kickstarter coming up in a week or two. And when Razor comes back, I'll give you guys a peek to what's happening there. But I'm a comic book fan. You know, I've been collecting comic books since I was old enough to remember, you know, starting off with the, very cartoony comics, right? Like Archie, Casper the Ghost, Richie Rich. But then I saw Spider-Man, the old 1960s Spider-Man cartoon in syndication in the 80s when I would come home from school. And that led into Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends on NBC. And Spider-Man was always my sort of go-to guy. And that led in, and of course that just opened up the floodgates, right? To the X-Men, to everything else that would follow after that. I'm a Spider-Man, X-Men guy when it comes to Marvel. And when it comes to DC, probably like most people, I'm a Batman guy, right? Batman was probably the only DC related thing I was buying. And then for some reason, I really got into Supergirl. So there's that. I was on stream the other night and we were talking about drama, and, Sticky Goose had brought up something. He said, would people rather watch me do negative content versus seeing my X-Men collection? And I posed the same question to my chat. I asked them the very same thing. I said, would you guys just want me to sit here and cover Sticky Goose? Or would you rather see me show off my X-Men collection? I said 1 for Sticky Goose, 2 to see the collection. And there was not one. Everyone said 2. They'd rather see my X-Men collection. So I'll tell you, it's not that impressive. I don't have a giant size X-Men. I don't have a lot of the real old Stan Lee, X-Men books. But I do have some cool ones, and maybe one day I will do that. I will dig out, because it's work to do that, right? I have to go dig out long boxes and find the issues and put them all in a nice stack and set it up so it looks all nice and pretty. But I will do that if people seem to be interested in it. I mean, chat here in Razor's chat, are you guys actually interested in comic book content? And if you are, why is it that some people tune out when it actually happens, right? Because we'll hear a lot of people say, yeah, I want to see that stuff, but when we produce those videos, no one watches.
Man, that was a good job. You did a great job right there, brother. Thank you.
Oh, I'm a pro.
Nailed it, man. Nailed it.
Oh,
I did an amateur rookie move. I got a hot dog and I put ketchup on it. That's a sin, right?
That's pretty normal here where I live. Yeah.
What?
In Canada, mustard, ketchup, a little bit of relish, and whatever you want to throw on the hot dog. Yeah, that's normal.
That's not normal, man. You should only use ketchup or mustard on a hot dog. It should never be ketchup.
Nah. I mean, I've done it before.
Chat, mustard or
Steven
ketchup on your hot dog.
Here in the chat. You got Lisa Noble. You got a good mod there in Lisa Noble. Just throwing down the links. I appreciate that. Appreciate you.
Lisa's the best, man.
You got Perry Comics hanging out here tonight.
Chat, ketchup or mustard on your hot dogs. You guys let us know.
Yeah, 1 for mustard, 2 for ketchup. Okay. Ben Compton is here, man, hanging out tonight. Beef It, man, is here or was here.
Beef is good people, man. Beef it, Perry. Lisa's cool.
Yeah, your story fascinates me. Because you came into the scene and self-admittedly you're new, right? And you tried to find a way, and I think you successfully have done it. Find a way to fit in and to be both the new guy, but also be a guy that's relatively funny, And I think that works for your brand. I remember watching you on a stream the other night, and you had the green screen background with sort of like the Matrix Razor Comics thing going on, and you were asking, should I or should I not continue to use this? Or should I just like stream from my kitchen sort of thing?
Right.
Everyone's telling you the kitchen. I was probably the only guy in the chat saying, no, that background looks badass,
Yeah, exactly, man. I appreciate that feedback too.
Because it brands you, right? Like you see how I got my little South Park avatar here, but behind me, I can change that image to whatever I want.
Right.
So whatever I'm promoting at the time, I can go ahead and click a button, and that picture is going to be whatever I want it to be.
Not only that, but the kitchen's hot as fuck in there, bro. I roast there's no fan, there's nothing, no circle, you're just a kitchen. So I was sweating. You see all the videos, the early ones before the screen, sweating my ass off, man, drinking tons of water because it's fucking hot in there. Right now I got the fan on, we got the mic that controls the sound, so you don't get to hear all that. I'm chilling. If I put the screen on, I don't have to worry about the background. So it's more comfortable for me to actually shoot it in the living room with the background.
Well, you look more comfortable. You got
it's just way easier too, man. And I'm not have to hurting my ass and trying to be funny. It's a pain in the ass.
I mean, you got your chair, you got your box, you're just slowly putting away comics,
Yeah, we're knocking them out. We're going through the Rick and Morty's now. I think I'm going to keep. Do you read or watch Rick and Morty?
Sporadically. I never watch it in succession. Like I'll catch it on TV every now and then.
Oh, I love Rick and Morty.
The thing about the Rick and Morty comics that you're showing, I don't know if they're the ones in particular I'm thinking of, but there's a guy that lives in my local area. His name is Troy Little. He drawn most of those Rick and Morty books. Like he's done Rick and Morty, Dungeons and Dragons, and stuff like that.
Man, I love Rick and Morty, bro. I mean, I watch Rick and Morty. I watch the Solar Opposites. Do you watch the Rick and Mortys?
Like I said, I've seen it sporadically here and there.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Morty.
Man, I love them.
But at some point, I'm going to have to just like watch the entire show from start to end. I'll have to binge me some Rick and Morty because it is entertaining. Funny
every
stuff.
episode, all the Easter eggs, all that shit, man. Oh, this is a cool cover. I forgot about this one. It's a Deadly Night or some shit.
So when you do go to the local LCS and you're dropping some coin, what are the books that are currently on your pull list?
When I used to go?
No, now.
Currently. I don't go to the LCS anymore.
Not at all.
Nope. I completely cut out New Comic Book Day.
Okay, let's talk about that because that's important. Because as someone who's in the industry, even a small part as I am, I'm in the industry, right? We produce books. We want collectors like you and everyone else to come in and buy books on New Comic Book Wednesday, whether it's ours or someone else's. And so the reasons why people stop is very important to us because the more information we can gather on that, the more that maybe we can help course correct the problem. So, I mean, obviously it's price, right? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's price, man. There's too many options and it costs, there's too many options. I guess that's a good thing, but in my case, it's a bad thing. When you have so many different Batman titles, there's so many different Spider-Man titles.
Yeah.
There's so, you don't have just Spider-Man, there's not just Amazing Spider-Man, there's Spider-Man, there's Spider-Boy, there's Spider-Geddon, the Extreme Venomverse. There's so many different Spider-Men, Spider-People, Spider-Women, Spider-Persons.
Sure.
And then same thing with Batman and Robin, the
Batgirl, Batwoman,
and you want to pick up all of them, and then the new Penguin one, the new Joker one. So it just starts to expand. You can't just collect like back in the good old days, the late 80s, early 90s. Your pull list would just be Amazing Spider-Man, it'd just be Batman, it'd just be Justice League, it'd be like the main 3 or 4 titles, and that was it. Now, you can't do just those 3 or 4 titles. You got to pick up all the other ones, the black labels. So now this pull list just starts growing.
Sure.
And I felt bad because I would get the emails from my LCS. Hey, here's this new Batman Off-World book that's coming out. Here's this new Batman Gaslight book. We'll think you like it, and you're looking at it like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want that. I want this. Cool. You add it, then you get there on Wednesday, and then you go to check out, but before you can even look at the wall, they're giving you a stack of fucking books where you're already at $60-$70 before you can even go look at the wall.
So what would it take for you to go back?
That's a good question, man. I think, to be honest with you, the new comic book day is done for me as far as me showing up every day on Wednesdays, because I can wait with the way things are and whatnot, the way prices are in the aftermarket. I can literally wait, and I can get these books for cheap. Like the guy I had on earlier, my guy, Cheap Comic Collector, excuse me. He does his claim show where it's $2 on Saturday. And he doesn't matter what kind of books they are. It doesn't matter if they're 1 in 10s, they're variants. I can get those for $2. So if I want to read a series or a run, like I said, the 6 series, the 12 issues, it's easier for me as a collector to wait, pay less, get them in bulk, and then I can sit there and actually enjoy what I'm reading. I don't have to wait for the next month for the next issue. I can read them all, and I don't have to pay
binge culture
a book.
It sounds like what you're telling me, and you can certainly course correct me on any of this. It sounds like binge culture has really affected us, right? Because I come from a culture where, you would wait every week to watch a TV show. Now we got Netflix, and you can watch a whole season in one night if you want to,
Right.
And I think that maybe that's affected the way that we read comics, right? People, and I think that's a main reason why people do like to read trade and omnibuses, because they get more bang for their buck, if you will, more consumption, right?
Right. And one thing I did enjoy about New Comic Book Day is that there will be series that did come out weekly. Like Spider-Man 2099 had that monster series. It was a short, like 4, 5, 6 series where he was fighting different monsters. And it came out every week or every other week. I do believe it was every week. I remember going and it was a different issue. Stuff like that's cool, man. When they actually release it out and it's every week and you can go and pick up another issue, that was fun. I picked up a whole bunch of covers. I was able to read it. It came out in a month and a half. The whole series was over. You're on to the next one. Rather than waiting 6 months for you have to complete that series, that's just it's like you said, it's binge culture. That's why do that. It's a pain in the ass. And then you're reading other stuff. You forget what you read. It just, for me, it's a lot easier. It's a lot more convenient. Buy in bulk. I pay less. In a month or two, those $5 books, those $6 books are $2 at the most.
Right.
You know what I mean? So why go to the comic book shop and pay $5 when in a month, if I just wait and not fall into FOMO, I can get those for $2.
Well,
Man.
I'll answer that question. The why that we hope as creators, as someone who's in a company, right? The why is because if you don't, we can't make them. And if we can't make them, soon enough, there's not going to be anything for you to buy for $2. You know what I mean? Because the production of comics will just stop. If no one comes into the LCS and buys Niobe, right? If no one comes into the LCS and buys Antarctic Press comics, I'm going to just use our company as the example. Like I say our company like I own it. I don't own it, but I am contracted with them. If no one comes in and buys our stuff, then we're out of business. Right. Despite how much they can get our books cheaper down the road, if they're not buying it on the, when we release them, then it's a failure. Right.
But isn't there enough content out there as far as variants? And that no matter what the comic book business, even the way it is now, there's still enough hardcore people that have been collecting for years that are still going to show up.
They're dying out
and pick up those books no matter what.
Well, here's what we're seeing, right? You had mentioned it before that, you go into the LCS and it's guys over 40, right? Once in a while, and there's always exceptions to the rule. Like I did see a 10-year-old kid in there one day buying some X-Men because he liked the X-Men 97 cartoon, right? But they're very few and far in between now. And so comic books will die out with our generation if we can't figure out a way to get the new generation to buy them. It is vital to our survivability. Comic Tom had touched upon this the other night on the Sticky Goose stream. Is we need to be talking about comics. We need to be posting about comics. We need to get people excited about comics to get that foot traffic into those shops. Without the LCS, the foundation of comic books is destroyed. Like, let's say if comic books went digital, like a mainly digital route, You know how many people's jobs and livelihoods get affected by that? I mean, all the shops close down. Comic book conventions will really struggle because it's hard to go to a comic book convention and get Chris Claremont to sign your digital copy of X-Men.
Yeah, man. But the $5 a comic book is just something's got to be done about those prices. At least, this might have changed because I haven't been to the LCS obviously in a while. But at least with the Spawn books and that whole Spawn verse, McFarlane only charges. This might change, but was it $3 a book?
$2.99.
$2.99 a book, man. And it doesn't matter
He's
if
the
it's a
only one
variant.
though. There might be a couple others out there, but really, I'd be hard pressed to even think of who they are. But I'll tell you
Yeah.
the reasons why they're so expensive. It's because everything else is so expensive, right? So the cost of paper is expensive. The cost of talent to do these books keep raising their rates because they have to eat. The cost of supplies is expensive. So everyone wants the price of comics to go down, but no one's lowering the price for us to make them.
McFarlane is able to keep it at $3.
McFarlane is
Arizona
rich,
Ice-T is
and
able to keep their iced tea at 99 cents. So
they're not
there's
making any
no
money
way.
though. They're not making money, right?
I don't know, man. That seems like there's got to be a way to not make it to where
Like if our prices were lower to construct them, then we can pass that savings on. But the fact is that we live in a world where hardly anything goes down in price; it always goes up.
Yeah. How do you feel about creators in general? That here's the problem that I also have with a lot of modern comic books is and why I love like Love and Rockets and a lot of indie books is
Mhm.
because I like to read the comic books that are done like even these odd books from the 80s, these real odd, Eclipse
Yeah,
comic books that are written by and drawn by, penciled by, produced by, everything by the same writer. The same
yeah,
person that's writing the comic book is drawing the comic book. So
yeah.
you're getting their story is what I'm trying to
Sure.
say. You're actually getting what they're putting down.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody's going to draw your idea, but they're going to put in the words for you, and then somebody else is going to come in, and then they're going to put the color in for you, and then
Yeah.
somebody else is going to come in, and they're going to take out certain pieces. That's another problem that I have when I'm reading these comic books is I feel like I'm missing something. Like I'm not getting the true idea of what should be putting down on paper. Whereas when I read a lot of these indie books, I got this from reading Love and Rockets.
Yeah.
Is the person that's writing it is the same person that's drawing it.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Peach Momoko and some of these other artists that their artwork and the comic books that they're putting down is theirs. It's not somebody else's. And
Well,
that's what I miss and enjoy when I read
So I'll
indies
tell
compared
you
to
this, like for myself, doing indie comics, I don't draw. I wish I could draw. The reason that a lot of us don't, I mean, we just don't have the skill. I'm 49. I'm a little bit too old to develop the skill at this point. I'd rather just focus on the writing aspect of it. But if I could draw, I'll tell you, it would save me a lot of money because hiring artists is expensive. It's very expensive, and especially when you get into my world where we're not just doing comics barely, right? When I started in 2014, we were doing black and white comics basically printed at a local Kinko's. You know what I mean? That's how we got into it. You talked about one night on a stream, and it may even been with me, about underground comics, right? And essentially Kickstarter now in the crowdfunding comic books is that generation of underground comics. And it took us 10 years to get us to the point where we are in local comic book shops and we get to work with industry professionals. I got to work with Ben Dunn of Ninja High School. I got to work with John Stintsman, who did Evangeline and Team Youngblood. Got to work with Randy Green, who took over Witchblade after Michael Turner. All these things took a lot of time. Now we're at a point where we do a Kickstarter. We're making $20,000 to $30,000 a Kickstarter. But like I said, in regards to raising prices, our bags and boards cost more. The shipping is atrocious.
Yeah,
I
talked
pay
about that earlier.
$4.12 American.
You gotta
I'm
use
in
pirate
Canada.
ship, man. Did you hear about that? We had that conversation.
Well, what's that now?
You gotta use pirate ship. You haven't heard of that?
Well, that's not an option for me here in Canada. You got to understand that I'm international, right?
Oh shit, that's right. That's got
So here we use what's called Canada Post, and they basically have the monopoly.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me to send you one comic book, right? Let's say, hey, Larry, I want to get your Niobe. Send me a copy of Niobe. And I say, sure, Razor, no problem. And I go ahead and wrap that bad boy up in a Gemini mailer. And we're talking one single issue. That cost me $12 to send to you.
Holy shit, bro.
And if you got more than one comic, it's about $15. And 5 or 6 comics, because it's all done by weight, is about $20.
Wow.
And that's another reason why we find in crowdfunding a lot of people go with the digital option, because they want to see what you're doing, but they don't want to pay insane amounts of shipping. What do you got there? You should just go full screen while we talk so we can see the books.
Back to the Future, man.
Yeah, IDW. They're in big trouble. Huge trouble. IDW is
with them?
probably going to be the next company that shuts down. They've lost several major licenses. Most recently, they lost My Little Pony.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, that's a trip because that's a big license. The My Little Pony was coming out. I think more than once a month. I used to
Oh yeah, they had several titles for it. Look,
yeah,
what's
every
keeping
week was a new
IDW
Little
alive
Pony.
is 2 things: Star Trek, barely, and Turtles.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
lose Turtles, it's game over. You know what I mean? They had G.I. Joe and Transformers, and they lost it to Image
So who has
Comics.
the My Little Ponies now?
No,
Where'd that
IDW, they
go?
still have it. Well, I mean, no, they don't have it. They lost it.
No, yeah,
I don't know where it's going. That's a good question.
yeah. I wonder who picked it up.
Now look at that. You got some classic Conan here.
Conan the Barbarian, man.
Yeah.
Conan #1. I'm gonna keep that.
Now is that like an original or a reprint or?
I don't know. It's just Conan #1. Titans.
Oh,
comic.
Titan. Okay, so that's the newer stuff.
Yeah, did I
Probably
tell you
written
what I'm
by
doing
Jim Zub.
while I'm going through these?
What's that?
Did I tell you why I'm going through these?
No, not at all. I'm sort of figuring it out.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to consolidate my modern books. I have too many modern books. What I want to do is, I know we just talked about this, but I'm want to pick up more of vintage, like Silver Age, more keys. Like I have a first appearance of Scott Lang, Ant-Man on the
Ant-Man,
way.
yeah.
So that's on the way. So I'm selling a big chunk of my collection, and I usually do that on Facebook Marketplace, where I put together some of these short boxes.
Right.
But I have a couple of guys that actually, when I'm ready to sell, one guy in particular, he pretty much buys whatever I'm selling. Like I
Sure.
sold a big chunk, about 30% of my modern books just the other day, and almost all my slabs to him for like $400.
Wow.
So I'm trying to pretty much consolidate that and use that
That's
money.
what we call liquidation.
Yeah, to buy like some actual Silver Age books, some older stuff, man. I'm starting to collect
So
little
that's a
bit
trend
differently.
we're seeing a lot of. So
Yeah.
what we're we I'm with the committee or something. But what we've noticed is that a lot of people are downsizing their collections. They're getting rid of comics that they feel aren't going to bring them any monetary value, right? You know, things that you would normally find in the dollar bin, they're trying to get rid of now. You know what I mean?
Don't need it. Never read
Don't-
it. Looks cool,
Right.
right?
Right.
What am I going to do with that?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Right. Why did you buy it in the first place? I guess would be the question.
Because it looked cool, man. I got it for like a couple. Like I said, I get these for. I don't spend a lot on these. Like I literally
Right.
paid. I think I either won this or I paid a couple dollars. And so
Yeah.
why not? If I'm only going to pay $2 or $3, it's like what I can't help. I'm trying not to buy so much modern, but like I said, it's so hard not to because it's so cheap right now.
Yeah.
Like you go on Whatnot or the claim shows, you can pick these up for a hell of cheap.
That's because everyone's trying to get rid of them, right? Everyone is trying to get rid of these collections. I think what people notice is that if they're not buying the read, right? Let's separate, you know, the buyer, the reader from the monetary collector for a second. If you're a monetary collector, yeah, everything you guys probably 90% trash in regards to monetary value, unless if it's a, you know, hot variant, very important key issue or a very important story element that, you know, has been on TV and movies. Chances are those books are never going to go up beyond cover price. That's just the reality of it.
Right. I mean, like,
See, I love myself a good Vampirilla cover though, right? I'm a sucker
the
for that.
666.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like I picked this up. This was one of the last books at the LCS that I picked up. I never read Vampirella, and I thought that this would be a cool starting point. You know, it's
Yeah.
666. I thought, all right, well, this would be cool. I can pick
Did
it
you
up.
actually read it?
Yeah, I read it, and I hate it. It was horrible.
Well, there you go. At least you gave it a shot, right?
Yeah, she keeps waking up to the, you know, I think it's Draculina is trying to kill her. It's the
Yeah.
you know, she's trying to figure it out. And I was like, this is a starting point. This is,
Well, that's
man.
what you thought was a starting point. it's very hard to get into Vampirilla because she's been around forever, right? You know, you
Yeah.
go back to the days of Harris Comics, and even before that, she was around. You know.
Yeah, like this is a nice one, especially Halloween coming out. We'll put that out in the apartment.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No, they
you
have
know what?
some gorgeous covers.
Ladies love Vampirella, man. Let me tell
Uh,
you.
Let me tell you this. It's very funny you brought that up because I do sexy covers ourselves, obviously, right? And
You
so,
notice that women love sexy, like more
yeah,
women like sexy covers than guys do.
yeah,
It's a trip.
yeah, yeah. No, like I was at a convention. It was about a month or two ago, about an hour and a half outside of town, you know, in a city that I don't go to very often. But they had invited me there. They set me up with the table and all this good stuff. And there's another guy who was really struggling to sell his books, right? And I was doing an okay day, comparatively speaking, for this small con. And what he noticed was, and he looks at me, he goes, considering the nature of your book and the covers you have, why is it that more women are coming up to your table and buying books than men? And I said, look, bud, people like, especially women, love a good pinup. They fucking do.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that, man. It's a trip. Like, especially with when I see when I went to go to LCS and I was picking up covers, checking out, I like to see who's checking out in front of me and what they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And kind of put what I'm not saying judge what they're but I'm like, huh, I wonder what they read. What is she reading? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see them when they're checking out, and you see like a lot of girls like to have a
Yeah.
lot of the cool cover with the the cool sexy covers. I'm like, that's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you,
man.
I get hit up every now and then by these girls that want to cosplay Niobe, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like, hey, you know, like they're professional cosplayers, they want to be hired, or they offer to do it for free. I've had several do it for free where they just dress up as Niobe because they want to be a part of it, you know. By the way,
Right.
you got the comic book Prince in the chat, man. He was visiting our stream the other night. How you doing, Prince? What's up? That's it.
You collect turtles?
Lisa still showing the love.
Have you read any of the new turtles? The one the number one after the 150? Have you picked up that up?
No, in fact, my turtle collection is very, very small, but I love the turtles. But I love the turtles from when I got into them, and that was back in the day of Eastman and Lard's, Mirage Studios, black and white stuff. So I got a few older issues of that. Nothing that's worth talking about money wise, but I got a few older issues of that. And then I did recently, and by recently I mean in the last couple of years, buy into the turtles a little bit with the Last Ronin. So I picked up all the Last Ronin stuff because I heard it's fantastic. I've yet to read them. Like I have a nice little read pile beside me that's I got to chew through, right?
Yeah.
So they're on the pile. But yeah, I mean, like I asked you about a poll list. You know, my poll, I do have a poll list. I do go to comic book shop every Wednesday for two reasons. One, as a creator, it's important for me to be seen at my local comic book shop, right? Because I'm involved in the community. I'm involved at doing local cons. I'm involved at store signings, free comic book day, all that sort of stuff. So it's important for me to make an appearance there. But
Right.
secondly, I still like comics and I try and give these new comic books a try, Razor, but it's hard because you are right. You know, you could go there and you can buy 5 or 6 comics. And next thing you know, you're in for 30, 40 bucks, right?
Yeah, especially if
Um,
they're good.
yeah.
God forbid that you actually come across something that's good after you pick up the number one,
Yeah.
and then now you're hooked, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're like, fuck, that was
So
good.
as an X-Men guy, I've been trying to give the relaunch of the X-Men a shot, right? So Gail Simone is writing Uncanny X-Men. Jed McKay, who's local to my area, I got to meet him a couple of times. He's writing the main X-Men book. And then you have Exceptional X-Men in all the offshoots like Phoenix, the new Magic series that's going to be coming out in January. You got a new Wolverine series that's on the go. So I'm giving all these a shot. Stan Sakai right there. Legend, absolute legend. Usagi Yojimbo is one of those old school indie comics that I was into back in the day when I talk about like buying turtles black and white. Usagi was another one of those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
you
we'll
know
get
what, I've
Stan
heard a little
Sakai
bit
on
of
the
this,
show
man.
because he's good
Big
friends with
man.
my publisher, Ben Dunn. So we might have an in with Stan Sakai. You know what I mean?
Nice. I
Yeah.
like I read a little bit of it. I haven't read too much, but I like just the way how it's the little the bubbles, the word bubbles when someone's dead. You know
Yeah.
how it has like the symbol of the like the dead symbol in the comic bubble. It's written really well, man.
Razor Ramon. That's right, man.
Speaking of the
The
last
bad guy.
Ronin, have you read the last Ronin, the Lost Years?
That's going to come after I read the initial stuff. So I
Oh,
have
this
all
is
those
so
too.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love this series, bro.
Yeah, well, I
This
mean,
is
that
really
excites me,
amazing.
right? When you tell me I'm going to love something, because too often, like you'll hear me say, "Don't buy exceptional X-Men." It's shit because it is. But when you tell me something is good, you got my attention. You know?
It's so good, man. So good. Like the regular turtle shit was horrible, but these last Ronin, especially the Lost Years, oh, they did a really good job, man. It's a good read.
Comic Book Prince says, "I'm a big Niobe fan now. Why? What did I do that made you a fan? Was it me
Oh,
covering the goose, or
let's
is it
highlight the
actual
comic book
work?"
Prince. What up, comic book Prince?
Yeah.
Appreciate you stopping by. We appreciate everybody hanging out, man. Let me drop the link again in the chat. Just
Yeah, I
in
don't
case
want to hold
people-
up all the airtime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and let me explain what's going on. So they're like, what's Ray talking with Niobe for? What the
Yeah.
fuck going on?
We're
man?
hashing it out.
Let me explain what's going on,
The
guys.
power's about to go out here in a second.
Yeah. So here's what's going on, guys. Check this out. Don't cover real quick. Sick, man. Um, this is just a get together on Sunday. We're calling it Ceasefire Sunday, where we're going to attempt to try to do this every Sunday. Basically, the idea is to talk football, comic books. Not everybody's into football, but we all love comic books, right? So if you're done watching the football game or the game's boring or you just want to hang out, you want to show off your books, you want to talk about your YouTube channel, you want to talk about your comic book, you want to talk about your Insta, whatever you're doing in the comic book community, because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about the comic book community, reporting back what's going on.
Yeah.
So I want to involve everybody. And it's one of those days on Sunday, I call it church, football, comic books, where I sit back, I relax, I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm inviting you guys to hang out, the whole community. Anybody could pop up at any time. It's fine. It's a safe zone. Call it QT, right? We can hang out. We can hash out our differences. Nobody's going to yell, and no one's going to bring up any names. We're not going to talk about what you got going on. I don't give a fuck about your politics. I don't give a fuck about what's going on outside of comic books, football, and what we're doing here in our little community. That's all. You can hang out. You can have a good time. Anybody's welcome. That's why Niobe's on doing his thing. Don't give a shit about what's happened before in the past. Don't give a shit about any of that. Today is Sunday. So one of those things, just like church, right? We all come together. We all hold hands. We all pray. We all have a good time. And that's what we're doing here today, guys. We're just hanging out. It's.
And he froze. All right. He pulled a sticky goose. So guys, welcome to Niobe Comics Live. I'm your host, LP. We are LIVE live. That's right. Johnny 5 is alive and kicking. And I'm now the new host, man. We got Steve and Spock. He's rooting for the Vikings.
Yeah.
You're back.
Did they win? I don't even know, man. I know my Raiders won. I put that in the chat area. Did you guys pull off a W? Razor Ramon. That was one of my favorite wrestlers, man. Was
Hey,
Razor
yo.
Ramon. It's one of the
I'm a
ideas I
bad
got
guy.
the name from.
Yeah, mine growing up, it switched a couple of times, but I was a big Bret Hart fan, big Chris Benoit fan. I
The
mean,
Hitman Hart.
not just because they're Canadian, but because they were just that damn good in the ring,
Have you guys watched the new McMahon shit on Netflix?
God damn it, I'm Vince McMahon.
You hear the way he talks, bro? You doing good, man.
Bark like a dog, Trish. Bark.
That's awesome, bro. You nailed it, dude.
Yeah, I've watched all
I've been
6. I
watching
binged
that
them.
shit, last night I started the first episode. It's so fucking good, man.
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
wait.
there's nothing too spicy in it, to be honest with you. It's basically a history of the WWE is what you're going to go through, because they had recorded that
Oh, the
documentary.
wrestlers are drama, bro. You know me. I love a good drama. And
Right, but you're not gonna get a lot of it.
Filled.
Because what happened with McMahon was only reported after that documentary was made, so they had to splice it in there a little bit. But the problem is that there's not a lot of it, right?
Yeah.
So I would suspect that they'll revisit that in the future, basically doing a McMahon part 2. Whether McMahon will actually take part in that now will remain to be seen. But with all the new allegations that came to light, I guarantee you there'll be a follow-up.
It looks so good, man. And like I said, I love a good drama. I like a good soap opera, and that's the ultimate. Wrestling is it, man. I can't
Well,
wait.
see, to me, YouTube is it, right? Because as much as the drama you guys face and go through on your everyday stuff here, in my world, in the indie comic book creator side, it is equally as bad, if not worse. Like, you think battle raps or something? Wait till they start cutting videos on you using puppets. because they do. There's this
Is that
whole
what
show
happened to
called The
you?
Rip-Off Verse where they make puppets of all the different personalities and they just mock the hell out of you, man.
No, sorry, man. Just getting
No,
caught
you're
up.
good. You're good.
What's cool is I get people that actually reach out to me in the comic book community, like I was saying, man. That like people that I would never thought that would actually reach out to like a little show like mine or a little channel like mine. Like it's amazing, bro. The love and the feedback that I get, like legit. Because like I said, I'm new. Like I don't, I'm really a rookie even with YouTube. So any little bit of feedback I can get, I love it. And I've talking to people that have actually had a conversation with me and said, hey, you should do this, or keep doing this, or watch out for this. You know what I mean? The best advice that I've got is like just keep moving on.
Yeah.
Once you actually do a video or you do a live stream, you do a rant and whatever, you drop that, you move on to the next one. Don't
Well, the
think
news
about
cycle
how
is
good it
about 2
was.
days old, right? So after you cover something, after a couple of days, people have forgotten about it anyway.
Yeah, like you,
You know?
you mentioned that. Yeah, exactly. When I did my razor rant, I mean that's old news, and that's the thing. You kind of hit on a point there with that. Is that it does get old. So you got to kind of be not only on top of it, but the thing that I learned is that just letting stuff. Whether you think you had a bad show or a good show, like me, I try to come up with these jokes. You know what I mean? I try to think of these ahead of time, even though it sounds like it's kind of I'm stumbling over myself or I'm just kind of ad-libbing. I do actually write down jokes. You know what I mean? And I
Sure.
come up with these ideas that I want to do in my rant. So sometimes they come out pretty good and sometimes they miss, man. You know what I'm
Oh, it's like
saying? That's the
anything
fun
else,
part of it.
right?
And the
Here's
best
the
advice
thing
I was
about you,
given
then that
was
works
just
for
move
you,
on.
and because you're a wrestling fan, I'll use a wrestling analogy. I'll ask you a question: what makes a wrestler stand out versus all their peers? Well, what would the answer be for you? What would you think?
Oh, just oh shit, the entertain factor. You
Their
know what I mean?
charisma, right?
Yeah, the
The
charisma.
Rock is the Rock because he's got charisma. And the
Right.
thing about you, and this isn't to blow smoke up your ass because I'm on the stream or anything, but you're a pretty charismatic dude, and that shines through.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, bro. I hope this glare is not fucking up. There
No,
you go.
you're
That's a little
good,
bit better.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, there's way better.
Guys, the link is in the chat. If anyone wants to come in and shoot the breeze on Ceasefire Sunday, jump on in. I am going to have to bail here in a few minutes because
Cool, no
I
worries.
got my own show that I got to do over at Niobe Comics, which is basically sort of the same thing. We kind of laugh, we shoot the shit, we talk comics, and but on my channel we dive a little bit more heavy into the back behind the curtain, if you will. Like we tell you how we make them, we tell you how much we're paying for shit, we tell you the ups and downs of being a creator in this industry. But I
Yeah, I
want to stick
appreciate you
around.
stopping by, bro. Thanks for
Yeah,
stopping by, man. And not only do I appreciate you stopping by, but I appreciate you understanding the idea of what we're doing here. And I know I took a shot at you on the Razor rant,
that's all
and
right.
it's all for good fun. Just like I put down the description, it's comedic purposes only. That's what I'm
Like I
doing.
said,
I'm
if you're
glad
gonna
that you
cover me,
understand it.
just
So thank you.
just be accurate. You know what I mean?
Accurate to a T.
That's it. And I mean, look, you got to have a thick skin doing this, right? I've gone up against like Sticky Goose, in my opinion, put the tail in between his legs way too fast. Um, he should have just taken the L and move on, but he went ahead and made a defeatist speech today, which was very demoralizing actually to watch.
Gotcha. Right on, man. Were you hanging out or are you leaving? What are you doing?
Well, I was gonna see if you had any final questions for me, and then I'm gonna bail. Yeah.
No, you get the fuck out of here. Thank you.
Get the fuck out of here. Go buy night. Oh, I do have something I want to show you though before I go.
What's
Um,
that?
I do have something I want to show you before I go. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to share my screen with you. This is going to be a campaign coming up in next week. If you can share my screen, you know how to do that one, Razor?
Share your screen. No, I don't know how to share your screen. Man.
Okay.
Fuck
So
you.
down at the bottom of your stream area, you're going to see a request from me
Oh,
to
okay. I
share a
got you.
screen.
All right. I got you.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. So next week, we're doing a campaign of cosplay variants. And this time around, we have chosen Chung-Li. Okay, so this is Niobe cosplaying as Chung-Li,
Nice.
drawn by Narcilio Souza, colored by Dan Overa, and there's going to be this is going to be a 3-set collection. Okay, so we got Niobe as Chung-Li in blue, in red, and then in black.
Wow, that's dope.
And we're going to foil the blue one.
Wow, nice.
So, guys,
That's
this
sick,
is
bro.
so this is sort of the stuff that we do. If you're interested in that, I mean, come by the channel. But next week, keep your eyes out for the Niobe cosplay editions on Kickstarter. We also have another set of covers drawn by Ben Dunn. And the only reason why I'm not showing them yet is because they're not colored, but it's going to be Niobe cosplaying as Cammy from Street Fighter as well.
Sick covers, bro.
Right? Okay, guys. Ceasefire Sunday. I'm going to cease my way out of here, and we will see you all later. And the next time I come on here, I will be on camera, and I will show you comic books.
Yeah, appreciate it. Right on, brother.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Yep, laters. Look at that, guys. See how we do that around here? We bridge the gap. We bring people together. Ceasefire Sunday. It's real. That's what's happening, man. I think this is probably going to be the way to go from now on. It is the end of football, guys. Football is over. So if anybody else in the comic book community wants to jump on, now's the time. I'm going to be wrapping up here pretty soon. I got one more little stack. Believe it or not, we're almost done with this short box. I'm going to flip through this short box here because I knocked out a lot today. So thank you, everybody who stopped by. I mean, I wish I can show you what we got in here, but we are pretty much done. I'm going to flip through the remainder of the short box. And yeah, man, this is awesome, guys. I really appreciate everybody. So it looks like we are down to the last Ronin series. I'm definitely keeping these. These are hella dope. I love these covers. Like I was telling Niobe, if you guys haven't read any of these, definitely pick these up. These are dope. And as you can see, my short box of the shit that I'm keeping, this is the stuff I'm keeping, guys. This is crazy, right? I was supposed to be getting rid of this stuff. But, I mean, I can't sell the Ronin Lost Years, right? I mean, that's got to be a keeper. Like there's, I mean, you know what I mean? Being I got the whole series, I definitely can't get rid of that. Hell no, man. And I got the whole series too. And I think I even got some dupes. I'll keep the dupes. I don't even want to sell the dupes because I like the run so much. You know what I mean? I don't even want to let the duplicates go. Look at all these damn boards that are in here. Fucking boards. It's a shit ton of them. There must be a new series coming up then. That's got to be my divider. Yep. More Scorch. Scorch is pretty cool. I think I could probably sell the Scorch because I'm not a real big Scorch guy. I just like picking these up because, like I was saying to Niobe, these are cheap. So I'll probably sell those. But I do love Gunslinger, man. Gunslinger is hella dope. Check out this back cover right here. Look at that one. That's sick right there. And then these are all $3. Now, the only thing good about New Comic Book Day is the damn, these Gunslingers, the Spawnverse shit from Image, Little McFarlane, only $3 a pop. And got a couple more here, and that's it. Shit, we got through that quick, guys. We got through it quick, guys. This was a cool Sunday. Man, I had fun doing this. We're going to have to keep doing this. This is dope. Really good time. The Raiders won today. My Raiders won. My parlay didn't pay out. I haven't checked my fantasy team. I think I was getting my ass kicked because I had friggin' Aaron Rodgers starting, and that was a shit show. So I don't know about how my fantasy team played out, but at least I had a good day with you guys here today. We had some good people stopping by. We had Cheap Comic Collector who was here earlier today. If you guys haven't stopped by his show, he does $2 claim sales. Check him out. We had a couple other people join us, stop by, popped up on the live stream. I actually had more people stop by today than I thought would actually pop up, which was amazing. I didn't think anybody was going to actually show up today, to be honest with you. So just to get some people that came through was just, was cool to me, man. And I'm definitely keeping all the Gunslingers. The Gunslingers are not going to be for sale, that's for sure. These covers are just too dope. Just too cool for school. So I got to hold on to these. And then these Predator covers, I think I have the whole Predator series, so I'm not selling these. Heck no. I like the Predator versus Wolverine. These were dope right here. These are really dope. And this one right here is the number 1 with the Peach Momoko. You guys know I love me some peaches. So we're going to keep these for sure. Some more Predator versus Wolverine. And then what I do is to save money on bags and boards, when I have a complete series, see how I do that? I'll just put them back to back. I don't know if anybody else does that, but that's how I get down. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Sirens of the City. Have you guys has anybody read Sirens of the City? Let me know in the chat if you have. Holler at your boy. If you haven't, you guys definitely need to check out Sirens of the City. Mermaids, or not mermaids, but people that control water and shit. It's really cool series, man. And the artwork in here is really good. I picked up the whole. I think I have the whole. Yeah, that's all of them. I think there's that. And then there's some more spawns. But let me show you these Sirens of the City covers. Damn, I'm not going to be able to sell anything. I'm going to end up keeping all this shit, guys. It's amazing. Oh, yeah, let's build together a short box and sell it. And I can't fucking sell anything. Look at this one. This is a dope one. Tight. Sick. Yeah, we're keeping all these. Love them. Lisa says Franny did a nice cover for that. Yeah, these are cool, man. The artwork on the cover work was amazing. The inside was good. The story was good. And I got some more spawns. Man, I don't know if I'm going to keep my spawns. I guess I should, just because they're spawns. I guess. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I don't know. I kind of fell out with spawn, guys, to be honest with you. Wasn't really too much into the whole spawn thing. So there it is, guys. Look at that. We filled up the short box. Unfortunately, not the one that I want to sell. I'm going to keep all of these. Ain't that some shit? The pile that I'm selling is it's on the floor. It's literally like this thick. We're not fucking selling nothing, guys. This is the problem that I have with modern comic books. As I collect them so much, and I want to downsize my collection, but then I can't downsize. Because look at you, guys. I just ran through all the covers, guys. I ran through a fucking short box, and I can't sell anything. Like, should I let those spawns go? There's some more down here, but I don't. Oh yeah, shit. Check these out. I forgot about these covers. Crave. Have you guys read Crave? Let me get this set up right. I think I have all of them, but here's a cool cover for those who like a cute girly cover. I don't know if you guys have picked up Crave, but Crave is pretty good. It's a tripped out series, man. It's basically about this kids in college that developed this app that kind of like almost a magic 8-ball. You ask it to do something like, hey, I want to hook up with Jennifer or some shit like that, right? And then it gives you like the outcome of how you can hook up with Jennifer. That's pretty crazy. It's like, can I hook up with Jennifer, or will I hook up with Jennifer? And it's like, your probability is 98% if you do this shit. And it's throughout the whole school. And that's what happens. They all, have this crazy app going around making out. And these covers are pretty cool. Maria Lovett, I think is how you say it. But if you're into a good girly cover, these are really good. And I try to pick up pretty much the same. This is one of the girls from the storyline. So I try to pick up the same girl. I forget what her name is, to try to keep it consistent. So if you see these covers, they all have her on there. And these are really cool covers. And the storyline's really good. Here's number 1. Check that out. That's a sexy cover, right? And not only is it a sexy cover, but the actual story is really good. It's pretty tripped out. So if you guys haven't read Crave and you're thinking about it, I would definitely pick it up. Those are dope covers right there. Fun read too. Sexy covers can never go wrong. And here's some Dracula. Let's see, what is this? This is Dracula. Okay, I remember this. James Tynion, Dracula issue 4. I think this is the complete run. So shit, man. I think I'm gonna keep these too, because this was a cool Dracula. If anybody's read these, let me know in the chat. But this was a cool Dracula, man. Like the series, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's about his assistant who was like locked up in jail that they captured, and it's his assistant that's actually telling the story, and it's pretty cool. It's actually really good, really well written, because James Tinian usually does pretty good jobs. Check it out, right? Especially with Halloween coming out, I might pull those out, put them separately, and use that as kind of like my display. These Dracula covers, because these are going to be cool, especially during Halloween time. You know what I mean? I like to have the theme set up. So we'll have the Vampirella covers and we'll have the Dracula covers. I think that's going to be the way to go for the new setup in the apartment. Dracula and Vampirella, right? Oh, garbage pail kids. I could probably sell these because I don't think these have the cards in them. If they had the cards in them, I would keep them. That one doesn't have the card. So yeah, see, we finally found some shit that we can sell. Yeah, I think one of them was a Frizen. I tried to pick up because I think she did a lot of the variant covers for that run, and I tried to pick up as much of the Frizen as I can. I think I was only able to grab one of them. Yeah, this one has the card. This one has the card. This one doesn't. So we'll keep the ones with the cards, and we'll sell the one that doesn't. Man, we're doing good, guys. We're doing good. Got a little bit left here. I can barely reach it. Look how I gotta bend down to grab it. That's how much we're down to. I think there's maybe a stack full left right here. God, I can't sell anything, guys. Yeah, this is the last stack right here. This is crazy. I thought I was gonna be able to put a short box together of something to sell, and I ended up putting a short box together of shit that I'm keeping. It's crazy, man. More Spawn. Spawn's not fun. So we don't need to see Spawn. Oh, these are cool. I might even sell the Spawn. I'm not sure. I'll put them in the to sell pile. But these are cool. I got to pick up the rest of these. I think I'm going to keep these because the series is really good. Anybody read The Sacrificers? If you haven't, let me know. If you have, let me know how you feel about it. But The Sacrificers is really cool. So I'm definitely going to keep those. I don't know how many I think I have the first 3 or 4. I'm not sure where they're at. I stopped collecting them around comic book day, or when I stopped doing the new comic book day. I think that's 4. Petrallo is on this cover, and number 5. Fun read too, man. It's a trip on how the gods pretty much, grind them down into juice and use them to fuel themselves. So that's where I'm at on Sacrificers. Those are fun. Keeping those. Man's Best. I think I actually picked up a couple more in a recent haul. So I'm definitely going to hold on to Man's Best. Oh, yeah, like how I sell my comic books per se. I know, right? It's so hard to let shit go, man. Especially, I actually enjoyed Man's Best. I thought that was a cool little concept. About them taking over. Oh, unless it fell on the side. I fell right on the side, like perfectly. That's awesome. Plot Holes was good. I'm sure anybody read Plot Holes, but this is awesome, man. This was my favorite cover right here. I like this character. I forgot what his name was, but he's actually my favorite character in the whole series. He was actually a cool character. The tech one, that's dope. I forgot the name of this guy right here. It starts with the F or a P, Faro or Paro. But that's a sick cover. And that was a fun read. It's basically them just deleting, books. Like they would go in there and they would delete books that are not supposed to be written, or they're just shitty books, basically. Which was a cool concept too. Somebody who's like an editor would really get into that. And then the Rick and Mortys, we're keeping those guys. Definitely not. Lisa recognizes the homages. We're not getting rid of any of the Rick and Mortys. I'm keeping all my Rick and Mortys. I don't care. I love them. I think that these are going to be one of those series in the future because everybody, likes watching the TV shows and all the drama and shit that happens with the creators. I think for comic book collecting, that these are going to be one of those comic books that you're going to want to keep because they're. When I go to the LCS, I don't see that many of them on New Comic Book Day, or at least when I used to pick these up. You would have to go right on New Comic Book Day to grab your copy of it because there'd be maybe 5 copies of Rick and Morty, maybe. You know what I mean? So I think because of that, the print run on these are pretty low. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking that the print run on Rick and Morty comic books are pretty low. So if you can pick them up and for like $1 or $2, that's my spec. Is Rick and Morty. what kind of spec is that? You can tell I'm not a I'm not a spec guy. Pick up Rick and Morty. Those are going to be big in 10 years. Hold on to those. Oh, man. That's it, guys. That's all of them. Man, we knocked it out today, guys. We did 3 hours and 50 minutes, almost 4 hours. If anybody has anything else to say, we're going to run through the chat. This was fun, man. I had a great time. I want to thank everybody who stopped by, even Niobe, even though he's a little nuts. I can talk shit now. Everybody's gone. I'm by myself up here. Yeah, Niobe's nuts, man. My team won today, so today was a good day. Your boy didn't even have to use the AK. We're going to smoke up. I'm going to hit this joint here. I'm going to give the chat. So tell you to catch up. Victory blunt. Victory joint, guys. Raiders won. We had a good day. The comic book community came. They hung out with your boy. People from the chat showed love. We had Lisa here. Lisa missed previous live stream. She didn't miss this one. Shout out to Lisa, who's probably the best moderator, whatever you call it. The best moderator in the game is Lisa Noble, no doubt. She stopped by today. She hung out. Thanks for stopping by, Lisa. I know you missed them before. We got our guy Perry who stopped by. Check it out. We had Circumstance even stop by earlier, guys. Comic Book Prince says Rick and Morty. Yeah, man. Love me some Rick and Morty. You're welcome, Lisa. No, thank you. Thank you. You did an awesome job. Especially, I got to figure out how to get the banner of the names shown. So thank you for dropping the links in the chat because that really helped out. You know what I mean? That way I can highlight these guys that actually came in to spend time, take time out of their day to hang out with me. So that helped me out because the banner shows up in the studio, but evidently I got the settings set to where it's not showing up when we go, on live. So this was a good victory joint, guys. This couldn't go off any more better than I expected. I honestly didn't expect it to last this long. I honestly expected just for me to be myself up here for a couple hours and probably would have finished that short box a long time ago. This box right here, I'm not bullshitting, guys. This box right here, we would have finished this a long time ago if it wasn't for everybody that joined in. So we got through a short box. We had a good time. We had a good chat, good conversation with good people, and that's what Sundays are all about, man. Church, football, comic books. Allowing the comic book community to take a day off from all the bullshit, from all the drama, from everybody hating each other. And, like I said, I'm new to the game, so I'm sure this has probably been attempted before. I'm sure that, that olive leaf or that branch has been extended. But I'm telling you guys, it's real, man. I'm going to be here every Sunday because this is what I do. I watch football. I flip through comic books. So you guys are more invited to hang out with your boy every Sunday. We're going to do this at 1 o'clock my time. We're going to allow the morning games a chance to get caught up. People can't, go to church, do their thing, and then we can come back. We can sit here. We can talk about whatever happened during the week. It's a safe zone, man. I'm telling you guys. I hope this works out. I think we had a positive experience. If some people in the chat let me know how you liked the show. I made it live. Yeah, you did, Lisa. Thank you. It was a good show. You actually showed comics that was missing from the Hangouts, the comics. Yeah, thank you, guys. So I think we had a good time, man. I hope you guys will show up to the next one. Like I said, I'm going to continue to do this and hope that we can get some new people, some different names, even people like myself that have smaller channels. You know, not even the big guys. I don't. If the big guys want to show up, that's cool. Honestly, guys, I don't. I'm not a guy who gets starstruck. I don't give a fuck, man, about how big your sub count is. I don't give. Like I said, guys, I treat the janitor. I talk to him the same way I talk to the owner of the company, and I know the owner of the company. I'm not one of these guys that kiss ass. I don't give a fuck about who you are, how much you make, where you live at. Like I said, none of that shit matters to me. If you're into comic books and you want to hang out and you want to promote your small channel, I'd rather have you on somebody who is really passionate about the hobby, somebody who's new to the hobby like myself, somebody who has questions for maybe some of these bigger channels or some of these channels have been around for a while. Like myself, I had a question about shipping. You know, we learned about pirate ship today. I didn't know about pirate ship. I didn't know that was even an option to use. You know, we talked about a lot of things about comic books. We learned about collecting. So these are things that I don't know about. Like I say, you guys are the comic book gurus. I'm not. So you guys are along on this journey with me. You know, all my fuck ups, the mic not working, you know, shit like that. My background in my kitchen. You know what I'm saying? With 2 short boxes. You guys are gonna come along, man. It's getting me a little choked up. Everybody that hung out with me for 4 hours, I appreciate it, and I hope that this continues on, and I hope that we get some new faces on here, some people that might be like, I just want the community to know that I'm not this guy who's going to hide behind videos. You know, I'm not a guy who's going to put a roast video about you and he's not going to show up in the live streams. I'm not going to be that cat. So I want to be part of the community. And I want you guys to know that when I do these videos, they're for fun. You know, they're comedic purposes only. And then on Sundays, after we bullshit, after we shoot the videos, after we drop all the bullshit, after all the talk and all the drama, we chill on Sundays. We smoke. We talk about football. You know what I'm saying? We talk about comic books. We talk about family. We talk about the new shit that you're doing in your life, the new stuff that you're collecting. We put all that drama to the side. We don't give a fuck about any of that on Sundays. Now, come tomorrow. come tomorrow on Monday. We got that video already loaded up. So, we're chill on Sunday. It's all loving, it's all fair and love and war on Monday through Saturday. Monday it's on site, exactly. So it's all cool. But I'll see your ass tomorrow. I'm still gonna get you that little motherfucker. God damn it. That's a good way to put it, guys. So if anybody got anything to say before I get out of here, again, I want to say thank you guys. Everybody, I appreciate the love. Everybody who's stopped by in the chat, thank you again. Lisa Noble, appreciate you moderating, helping out. It was an awesome job. Couldn't have done it without you. I really, truly want to thank Lisa because I couldn't have done this without her. I really couldn't have. I'm a rookie, guys. I'm new to this game. You know what I mean? So thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Perry. Thank you, everybody who stopped by. Thank you, everybody who popped up into the stream. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until the next episode, you know how I do it around here. Check you later. Peace, guys. Love you.